Life. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The Leaf season is at an end. I'm not even going to pretend. None of the coaching staff can even comprehend. Welcome, everybody, to another episode
26
of the Analyst Desk. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst who has just given up. Hope is not a plan. Those dumb Quest Trade commercials tell you. And of course, we have the beautiful, luxurious, amazing panel. We have the man with one name, but with many thoughts, Mr. Adam, the GOAT. And the man who believes a hashtag should be in a name, Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo! Hello, everybody.
Oh, wait, Dan. Dan wants to say hello to everybody, so...
Hello. Touchdown.
Just to add the touchdown in there. But let's get to some comments early on.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Great comments.
Return to sender. Yeah, Wilder, I think that's what the Leafs did tonight. Basically, they should have phoned a friend, 50-50 with the audience. Who wants to be a millionaire? I don't know. Leafs scared Lane away. Lane is spending some quality time with the woman of his dreams. Dan, but wants to make sure he gets a word in before I'm even letting him speak, saying sell, which was already kind of predetermined. This will be a fun showtime. Yes. Absolutely fun fish. What's always fun. Are you and Adam still beefing, though? Fun fish. Let us know in the comments if you're still beefing with Adam. And that pointless brawl at the end was what the Leafs really needed. Going to be smooth sailing from here out. You know what? I do want to address the fights. I actually kind of like that the Leafs showed a little bit of fight at the end of that game. Personally,
I did too. I
thought the third period was their best period, even though it was still really bad. I mean, there's nothing to say, but that was just bad. It's this team just was not good, as Anthony Fantano, the internet's busiest music nerd, would say. No. It just was not good. And I thought pulling Joseph Woll was just a mercy pull, but I still would have waited till the end of the period. I think Craig Berube needs to learn that timeouts don't carry over from game to game, so you may as well try using them.
Do you think it would work?
I don't know why you keep expecting Austin Matthews to do anything when he's playing with AHL players. When Troy Stetcher's your best defenseman, it's a problem. This team is just bad with a capital B. Go ahead, Dan.
Do you think the game would have been different if Anthony Stolarz started?
No, I don't, Dan. They were outshot 2-1 for most of the night.
It was 19-2 in the second period, Dan. There was
blaming Joseph Woll's a cop-out.
I get that, but
a lazy excuse. Lazy.
No, Stolarz is bad. Woll is bad. Everybody is bad.
Woll is not bad. Woll was not bad.
There was no.
I disagree.
But I don't agree. It was just bad. It was all around just. It was all bad. There was nothing good. There was nothing there's no hope from this. I think if Craig Berube is not fired tonight or even tomorrow, that's mercy for him. This is just brutal. I don't know how anybody could defend Craig Berube after this game. It was.
Well, it's no way he's coming back as a coach next year.
There is no way that man has a job. He should have a job tonight.
Well, I agree with you.
Trojan should just walk down from his box and be pack a bag and get out of here. You're just fire the guy.
The thing is, the season's already over, right? So we're not going to fire
Treliving gets fired. His whole staff gets fired. Just get them all out of here. Fire just everybody. There's Steve Dangle.
We're more fun.
Get
than
him
Steve
fired. Fire him. Fire
Dangle.
everybody.
We're more fun than Steve Dangle. Steve Dangle's
Nobody should have a job after
Well,
tonight.
Steve Dangle's a
That was
legend.
horrendous.
Adam
Depression
looks
is just a
flat.
part of the many personalities that Adam has.
Because the Leafs are dying, the fans are crying.
The Leafs
That
only
is
hope before the
definitely
deadline is
not what
versus
it
the
is,
Rangers. Yeah, I mean, look, this is just it's just bad. Maybe the Leafs should fire another assistant coach.
Everybody,
If you
everybody
remember,
should go.
when Lane was on this one too, Adam and I were arguing with Dan and Lane when Dan and Lane were saying Berube's a great coach. Berube's a great coach. He won a Stanley Cup 6 years ago or 7 years ago. Like,
Yes, so now.
Like, I mean, Berube's an idiot. He's literally, I think he's saving his timeouts to build a hut. Maybe he wants to build a house out of steel like Dan does and just live in a shed. I don't know.
Hey, let me
doesn't know how
know.
to
Could we
coach
build
this
houses
team.
out of steel? I think it's a great idea I had.
He doesn't know how to coach this team. Like,
Yeah, and see, I agree with
Yeah.
Fun Fish here. Like, they should have fired him back in November, and they didn't.
months ago.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it
Wilder
would be
thinks he'll be
mercy if he
back
doesn't
next
get
year.
fired.
Whoa.
He can't be back next. He can't be back next year. That would be
Wow.
like the worst decision this franchise has ever made. And they've made a lot of bad decisions.
Wouldn't make sense to fire him when it's beyond. I mean, the thing is, that is
I
I
the
don't
only.
care.
Well, the only thing is, and hear me out on this. Do you want to bring in a new coach now to figure out who you want to keep moving forward? The Leafs don't care about spending money. They have more money. They have money coming out of their buttholes.
The situation will get better with a new coach anyways.
I'm not saying it's going to get better, but you have to
No,
figure
but that's what
out
I'm saying, Jacob.
who can be part
Yeah.
of the solution. And I there is something I want to get off my chest, and it's not just like fat because I'm overweight, but I want to. Hey, people like to say it on the TikTok, so let me just get that out of the way. Yes, a big person is talking about sports, but this was one of the first Leaf games for me in a very long time. I literally didn't want to watch it. I watched it, but I'm literally sitting here and I'm like, I would rather watch paint dry.
I lost the Montreal game.
Simulation of NHL 96 for the PlayStation 1 than watch this. I would rather watch Dan try to figure out how to cook a meatloaf than watch this game. I would rather watch Adam try to change his own oil in his car than watch this game.
Yeah, no, nobody would want to watch that at all. That's just
like this was
horrible.
just terrible. This game was horrific. The team sucks. That they don't care. You have top players playing with AHL players. Max Domi is garbage. Matthew Nyes is a shell of himself. Like this team just doesn't have it. And whether you want to blame coaching, you want to blame injuries, you want to, and I'll get to comments in a second.
Blaming injuries is a cop out.
But
that's
how I feel though when you guys are blaming goaltending. Like when you're being outshot 2-1.
Blaming anything.
You said Woe sucks. Woe did not suck tonight.
No, I didn't mean I just meant, Jacob, everybody. Like Woe didn't have a horrid game.
Well, like, for Woe, the game would have been 10-0.
Like the defense had a lot to do with it. But nobody, I'm not going to give praise to anybody. It was just bad game. Like Joseph Woll didn't play great, but he also didn't play amazing. Like it was just a rough game. And it was just all bad. Like Stolarz didn't suck either. He didn't let it go, but I said he sucked because he just sucked all year. But it just all
too many injuries. Yeah.
That's a cop out.
I feel the same way, and that's
that
no
it
is.
No, it is.
There are other
Dan.
teams that get injuries and they still win games, Dan, or they don't. Their give a crapple meter is higher than 1.
Berube has not coached well this year. I don't care how many injuries there have been. It's a cop out. It is a full cop out, and you're taking away from how bad this team has played this year. Like,
yeah, and by the way, Fun Fish, I agree with you. The Leafs will lose. I don't think the Leafs will win a game going into the trade deadline.
Wow, really?
I think
this is just
whatever it is in their heads about this trade deadline. When you have Brandon Carlo speaking to media saying he feels anxious because he doesn't want to be traded, it's like you're supposed to be one of the leaders.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but you're beyond screwed when you let Ottawa get 40 shots on net at home. Yeah. I mean, and this comment here, oh my gosh, I know. I thought Matthew Knies was going to be an absolute stud, and he just.
I think he
like,
still can be.
I honestly thought
be,
Matthew
but
Knies was
he
going
hasn't
to
looked
be like a
great.
Tage Thompson, and I'm just
He
not
didn't take the step
seeing it.
forward.
He never mind taking a step forward. I think he's taken a step back this year. A couple steps back. He looks slow. He looks timid. He's not hitting. He's not like. I really thought him and Matthews was going to be a really solid twosome on the top line, and they could just throw some other idiot on there and it wouldn't matter.
That's the problem. You need 3 people on the line, not 2.
Well, yeah, but considering too, you keep trying to put Max Domi
Cam.
on that top line, which is a complete disaster. But yeah, Matthew Knies, I love the guy. I still think
I wouldn't trade Knies.
Nylander with Knies and Matthews.
I think at this point you have to try
go.
it.
Well, you might as well just do it. Like
That's
at
what I'm
this
saying.
point,
Just
like,
do
it can't
it.
get
You know
any
what,
worse.
Funfish? I almost wish I was drunk tonight, and I don't even drink very much. Like this was just appalling.
No,
so
there are
anyone
players I
ready
would
to
still
trade
keep.
anyone yet? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the
I know
problem
still
is
be players
most
I
of the
keep.
pieces have no moves or partial no moves.
There's still
I
some
would still
pieces you
keep
can
some
move.
players.
The Rangers will probably beat
There's
the
still
Leafs.
some players I would keep.
The Rangers will
Where are we
probably
playing
beat
the
the Leafs.
Rangers? If that's at home, it's kind of like they just can't win at home.
They
this
beat the
year.
Penguins today on a nice comeback victory.
Yeah, but they they haven't won very much at home, is what I should say.
I wouldn't trade Knies unless I'm getting
a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Vancouver's giving me their first round pick because I want a guy like Stenberg if I'm trading a guy like Knies.
Yeah, for sure.
Just keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
Because Wilder, you are right in the next comment down here. You would get a boatload for Matthew Knies. You just have to ask, are you willing to move on from a guy they think has the ability to potentially be a Tage Thompson?
Well, since we're getting caught up in the comments, thank you everyone for the great comments. But right before we went live on air, Adam and I were having a little conversation. And I pointed out the Leafs are now in selling mode. And Adam's like, well, manager came out and said that they're in selling mode before the Olympic break. And that's who I blame this 3-game losing streak on. I blame it on the management. Before the Olympic break, you had a 3-game winning streak, and you had a chance. I really look at the math. I really think if you got 8 out of possible 12 points, you had a chance. Now I'm looking at the standings. There's only 3 games left because you lost 3 games in a row. And Boston has lost playoff spot, and you are 8 points behind with 3 games left. So even if you gain those 6 points and Boston gets no points, which is not going to happen, by the way, you're still 2 points out of playoff spot. And not just that, you got Florida and Ottawa ahead of you that could easily catch up to Boston. So I now think you are done and have to sell. But I don't blame Matthews. I don't blame Wall. I don't blame Wiley. I blame management because going into this, you're on a 3-game win streak. And if you continue that momentum, win a couple of these last 2 games, win the next 3, you will be way in a playoff hunt. And I think you could have bought. I think you were literally that close. So that's who I blame. That's my crazy hot take.
Actually, Dan, I fully agree with you. I
do
think. Well, but Dan, it's like, and it is, we don't agree on a lot. Then I'm sorry, you're biased and you just like to hate on these players. And yes, the players are to blame because they're the ones playing the hockey. Craig Berube the blame because he hasn't motivated the players to play well enough. But like management can't come out and say during a 3-game win streak, oh yeah, these players can't do anything to tell us that we're not going to sell. We're going to sell anyway.
This comment here from Funfish.
I do want to say, I don't know if McKenna will be a stud or not because it's kind of hard to.
I don't think he will be.
But I will say, and I think this is.
Apparently, he's not at the top of Vancouver's draft board anymore.
But I will say, like, I think calling any prospect generational. I know he's not called. I don't think he's been called generational a lot, but I have seen that put on him.
Yeah.
I think we throw around the word generational talent.
He's no Bedard or celebrity.
Way too much.
I agree.
So I will say, like, I think personally, the last, like, generational talent we've had. Even though I think Celebrini and Bedard could be that, I think the last one we've seen that came into the league with so much hype that he was a generational talent before he even came in was McDavid. Connor McDavid was scouted as a 13-year-old kid.
Right.
Like probably even younger than that. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
But McDavid was, everybody knew who he was going to be before he even came into the NHL. He was just that talented.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there has been anybody who came into the league with enough hype where you could say going in their generational talent. I think Celebrini and Bedard are doing it with their play, where you can now call them a generational talent. But McKenna, we won't know that until he plays NHL hockey, if he can be a generational talent or not. And I think it just gets thrown around like Schaefer. Schaefer could be a generational talent because I don't think we've seen a defenseman
I
came in and did that kind of thing where you could see how special he is.
He really
has 18 goals as a rookie defenseman.
In the Islanders.
Rookie defenseman. With the Islanders. Yeah, exactly. With the Islanders, who were so bad last year. Like,
well, I can't say they're totally bad, but the Islanders are mostly a defensive-minded franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't picture a defenseman rookie getting 19 goals in a defensive first mindset, which is unreal. It's incredible. Like if he was, let's say he was a rookie defenseman playing the high flash Edmonton offense, you can kind of see it. But
like
the Islanders, I get the kid. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Super nice guy, too. Heard him talk a couple of times. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
By the way, to our YouTube viewers, there is a poll in the YouTube section. Does tonight make the Leafs season over? Yes, no, wait until the deadline. Who cares?
Yeah,
so throw your votes in the comment in the poll. And if you're on YouTube, well, Funfish is just saying he's calling for it's not true. So Funfish for you.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true.
There you go.
Yeah, I would say like putting a generational tag on anybody right now is just like, I wouldn't want to put too much pressure on the kid, to be fair. He's only 18. Like I said the same thing during the World Juniors. He's only 18. Yeah, that's just bad. That's just
so I would say though,
like Craig Berube.
As much as you say though, Adam, about McDavid, I actually felt Bedard, the hype was generational talent. Because what he did at the World Juniors, you do it for Connor, be bad for Bedard. Like I thought Bedard hype was generational talent, which Dan and I have argued about this tooth and nail. I think Bedard is a generational talent. He just hasn't had enough talented players to play with. He's proving it. And if he was on Team Canada, that might have been a different 3-on-3 overtime. But I mean, and I would say Macklin Celebrini is showing he didn't have the same hype as Bedard, but he's showing he's a generational talent. I'm telling you right now. Celebrini is going to put up Connor McDavid numbers in this league. Because he is putting pretty damn close to it. He's doing close to it as a sophomore. And then Matthew Schaefer, this kid's insane.
Sorry. As a second-year player, 120 points. The most points by like a second. Like this will be, he's going to tie Sidney Crosby's mark, but Crosby, of course, was a rookie when he did it. But like it is like 120 points as a teenager in the NHL is an extremely hard thing to do. And it is so impressive the way he's played. Like Bedard's definitely proven the generational talent. But I think even more to say my point is that like coming into the league, when McDavid first played, like he dangled through 5 Columbus Blue Jackets player. I think it was his first game.
Yeah.
And it's just like this kid's coming off like a tough injury. And like that is ridiculous to do as like an 18-year-old, haven't played hockey in a couple of months because he got hurt. And it's like, that is like to dangle through 5 players is ridiculous. And I love Bedard. I thought he played great his first 2 years, but I don't think Bedard, I think a lot of people doubted Bedard. And then this year he's come and he's proven why he had the generational tag on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
which
like
I said
just,
from day
I
one,
think he gets thrown around
Bedard
too much.
I think
I still thought he had it,
Bedard's a superstar.
But I would say, I do still think generational gets thrown around a lot for
sure.
these young players. Like, it's a lot of pressure to live up to being a generational talent when it's hard to be in professional hockey as like a kid, no matter what. Like, it's hard. And I don't think we should put all that pressure on McKenna when he is still a kid.
I mean, I think McKenna's got enough issues he's got to worry about besides just being a number one draft pick right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
he's got to learn to keep his temper. Hey, you know what? Very true. At least we got some Blue Jays coming up very soon. Spring training underway, which we'll be doing some stuff on the Blue Jays soon. I know there's a really exciting new player they got from Japan who looks like he may be the real deal. So, and I'm curious to see if the defense looks better without Bichette. And we'll get into that more in another episode. But will you guys watch the World Baseball Classics?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I believe so. I'll watch some of it.
Coming up in March, I'm pretty stoked for that. I mean, Maple Leafs aren't going to do much in March. I mean, NHL hockey is still going to be phenomenal. I'm still going to watch NHL hockey for sure. But, I think it's kind of
remember OJHL playoffs too are in
football
March.
whatsoever. So it's nice to see. And I give baseball a lot of credit that if they do the World Baseball Classic before the season starts. I think that's weird. Jacob and I were having a comment off camera today, and we were saying, conversation, I should say, and we were saying, you look at the 4 nations, you look at the Olympics, and the World Cup of Hockey actually did it. You should do these tournaments outside of the NHL season and not in the middle. And if you did that, it wouldn't be as big of a deal if Crosby broke his foot. And you might have more players willing to go to these tournaments because they're not mixing points in the playoff race.
Who is Canada's best player for the World Baseball?
He's not even at the tournament. It's
what's his face? Good guy.
He played for the Dodgers, but his mom's Canadian, but he's not born in Canada. He played for the Dodgers. I don't remember his name now. Freddie Freeman. He's Canada's best player, but he's not going to the tournament. He's not playing at the tournament.
There's Josh Naylor, who's really good.
Naylor,
it's Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, but I mean, probably in the tournament, probably Josh Naylor's probably their best player.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
Well, I mean, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He doesn't play for Canada, unfortunately, because he's Canadian technically.
Right.
Who's technically Canadian?
Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
No, I don't. By the way, and I say that I'm not criticizing him for not playing for Team Canada.
Yeah,
it's not going to be like everyone getting mad at Dylan Strome for something Dylan Larkin did. The poor guy. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see. I told you about that. Jacob.
Yeah, you did, Adam. You
told
you
you
did
about
inform
that.
me of that.
Yeah, that's disgusting to talk about his 2-year-old. Trash somebody's 2-year-old. I don't care what happened.
The world sucks.
Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's just it's just terrible.
That's a good question. Maybe you're thinking of Talon, like Tailloion. But I'm not. To be honest, I don't know all the Canadian baseball players super well, Funfish. But I am definitely going to watch it and learn more about it.
I remember when the Blue Jays played Seattle, they did have a Canadian on their roster. I do remember that.
Yeah, Josh,
was it you?
2 Canadians on their roster.
Was it you, Dan?
No, definitely not me. Like, I think in a different world, I could be okay at baseball. I really do. I like baseball, and I think I could be okay at it, but no, I'm definitely not a talented baseball player.
But I will say though, back to the Leafs a bit. Tough loss today, and it's interesting. I was texting back and forth to a buddy during the game, and we were texting about how bad the Leafs were playing. And he said to me, in one of the things, he's like, why are you so surprised? Don't you avidly watch Calgary Flames games? They also suck. And I'm like, yeah, but the Calgary Flames put in a really solid effort every night. They lose a lot, but you don't feel they're losing from lack of effort, right? And I think that frustrates me more about this Leaf team than anything else right now is that the give will crapple meter is at 0 out of 10. And for, I would say 80% of the roster out there tonight, I mean, the only one that really started showing a fight was Anthony Stolarz, who didn't even start the game. Like it was just it's a very frustrating situation. And I think if you're a Leaf fan, you should be frustrated with not just the losses, but like the lack of care. Like this game today, they just came out so flat, and maybe is what Dan and Adam are saying. Maybe it is because of management's comments, and I'm not saying that helps, but at the same time, if your manager says you're a doo-doo head at work, you still have to go out there and do your job, and they're not even doing their job right now, right?
No.
Matt Brash. Yes, thank you, Funfish. That's who you're thinking of. Okay.
Yes.
Dan,
Well,
by the way, Dan, the
Yes.
town we were trying to think of the other day was Flamborough.
Oh, where the casino is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
But it's interesting here. Yeah, Funfish is bringing up a topic, and maybe we'll move off the Leafs a little bit, and we'll talk about the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers had another tough loss today, but it's weird. They completely and utterly destroy the LA Kings. Then they go out and get absolutely dummied by the San Jose Sharks. Like, I know it was 5-4, but I mean that Oilers were playing catch up that whole game.
Yeah.
And it's Elliot Friedman basically confirmed what Adam was saying. Edmonton's not looking for a goaltender, apparently. I think it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
They have
Tristan
other
Jarry or
issues.
Connor Ingram's your answer.
They have so many issues. They have so much wrong with them that I'm not surprised that goaltender is not there. Given they already acquired a goalie this year, I'm not exactly surprised goalie isn't their first concern at this
How's it going,
point.
Christopher?
Like, I'm not exactly surprised by that at all.
Hello.
But-
Do you see, Christopher? We even put your "Who Cares" in our YouTube poll for you.
Which actually, why don't we visit the poll and see what we're at? So currently 60% of our viewers say the season is done. 20% say the season is not. 20% says who cares.
There we go.
So that's where we're at right now in the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, even if you want to put the who cares in there, please do so. And yeah, the Oilers are certainly a roller coaster ride. They're saying the Oilers are looking to upgrade their defense. So that's apparently what the Edmonton Oilers are after right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, who knows? Toronto might be selling 4 out of 6 of their defensemen, so maybe Edmonton, Toronto can make a deal.
We even have a comment there talk about the I read that one. Never mind. Yeah, doo heads. I always said do the Habs, doo heads. Yeah, it was crazy with the Oilers how you go back from winning and coming back. And I gotta say, I was going to say that game, Micah Misa got his third goal with the San Jose Sharks. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He was a legend.
Let's go, Michael
Team
Misa.
Canada juniors. He does have 11 points now.
Shout
in
out
20
Michael
games.
Misa. Shout out Michael Misa from Oakville, Ontario.
That's right. Oakville.
You know what? Let's go, Michael.
Yeah, Funfish, I got to agree with you. I'm surprised. Right now, our poll's up to 67% saying yes. Good old 6-7.
6-7.
But yeah, I thought it would have been 90 to 100% as well. The GM called the team a name. I don't know what GM. I don't know what team. Maybe he called a bunch of doo-doo heads, as this comment said. but yeah, look, I think the Oilers, to be honest, the only reason why the Oilers are really listed in a playoff spot is because their division kind of sucks. No one's really taken that area by storm.
Yeah.
When you look at
they are so
you look at
bad.
Vegas, Edmonton, and who is it? I guess LA.
Yeah, LA's a shocker. And Seattle
LA has
in the mix of things.
LA's worse than they were last year.
Well, LA too. It sucks for them. They make that big trade to bring in Panarin, and then they lose Fiala in the Olympics, right? Like that's really got to hurt. Right now, Anaheim actually jumped ahead of Edmonton. They have more points, and they have played quite a few less games. Edmonton's played 61. Anaheim's only played 58.
3 less games.
Well, Seattle has 3 games in hand, and Seattle's only 3 points.
3 points behind. Like
Oilers.
Edmonton's got to be
LA's
careful because look, you got LA breathing down their neck.
So bad.
San Jose's only 6 points back. Like this is going to be the Predators have somehow climbed their way back into the playoff conversation.
Well, they're not in that division, but yeah.
Dan, they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot.
The Predators are not in that division, though.
But I'm just saying they've got themselves back into the playoff conversation.
Okay.
Now they have a harder way to get into the playoffs because they can't just get in through their division. It's going to have to be wild card because they're in the division with the Canucks.
That's what I'm saying.
The Avalanche, the Wild, and the Stars, which even the Avalanche of late has actually looked beatable at 5-5
The West
and
looks
10.
I'm not gonna lie, with how the East has been playing, outside of Tampa Bay, I don't see a way any other team beats. Like, I don't know how any other team from the East can beat Colorado, Minnesota, Dallas. Like, I don't know how any team outside of Tampa Bay from the East can even beat one of those three.
Maybe Montreal.
And one of those three is out after the first round.
Not
with Montreal's goaltending, not with their current goaltending, I don't think.
I don't know.
Jordan Binghamton.
Really good.
I want him in Montreal.
Well, I love this comment about Kadri because Jacob threw a huge bombshell the other night about Kadri. No one thought of. I think it makes total sense. So why not say it again, Jacob, just for the clap of it?
Yeah, you're saying here Kadri to the Avalanche could totally see happening, by the way, but I would like to see Nazem Kadri go to the New York Islanders. I think he fits their system to a T. And when you look at the Islanders, you look at their playoff path they'd have to get by Carolina and potentially Carolina and the Penguins to get to this Cup Finals. And I think adding Nazem Kadri and just adding that sandpaper could be exactly what the Islanders need. I think he really fits there. It takes a village, not a superstar kind of team.
Yeah.
Mind you, I could see Kadri going to Boston as well, just as another
the only
team
way Kadri gets moved. The only way Kadri gets moved, and I know because I know it was brought up.
He wants to trade.
I think, okay, Jacob, can I get to my point? But I know he wants to get traded. I could care less at this point. But
I care.
Like I don't remember when they brought it up, but they did say because Kadri still has, I think it's 2 additional years after this year.
Mm-hmm.
They thought I think it was Elliot Freeman. I don't remember who brought it up, but they did say it's probably less likely if the trade has to include salary being taken by the Flames back, that a trade will happen this year. If the contender wants them, because no contender has enough space to take on Kadri's $7 million salary. Like, wow. I don't like that would be too much. That the Flames will probably not deal him until the summer, which makes sense. They don't want to take back 2 years, and they only have, mind you, Flames only have one slot left to take salary back on, to do a salary, like to keep salary back. I'm even going to say, I'm going to throw out a team that hasn't been thrown out yet. I'm going to throw out, I know San Jose maybe doesn't necessarily need him, but San Jose has the cap space, B, their timeline isn't necessarily this season, and this team's only going to get better next year with their young talent. Nazem Kadri could do them a world of good having a good center who doesn't have to play in the top six, so doesn't necessarily get in the way of Eklund, Celebrini, and Smith up there if they want to keep those. Yeah. One of those three at those two center spots. You have Kadri on the third line. That protects your two of your younger centermen, having a deep guy who could play, who you could give more minutes to if you need to. Like, I think, and we're talking about trying to trade that massive contract, San Jose is one of the only teams who could take on the contract currently. I think Chicago could be an interesting one to look at to help Bedard out. You never know. Like, I think that could be another interesting look. But, like, I would more so be looking at teams who actually have the space to take on his contract than teams who are necessarily contending right away. Like, I think that could be something to look out.
This is a great comment. And I was thinking about this. We've seen this in the past because the trade deadline is 20 games away, basically, from the end of the year. I think this year will be about roughly 18 to 15 games because of the Olympics. So normally it's about 20 games. So when you think, we've seen this in the past where teams do sell, and then they bring up AHL foreign players. We're so excited to be in the NHL. They play very well, and they almost make a playoff spot. So when you think about it now, if the Leafs do, because the contract, no move clauses, they can't blow up the team and do a hardcore sell. They got to do a retool, as we like to say. If at least retool this trade deadline, give guys like Easton Callum more ice time, call up guys like Jacob Quinlan from the Maris. Gas will ask, do we see the Maple Leafs make a playoff plus even if they sell?
Well, even if they sell, the team's still going to push, but I don't think they'll do it.
Hey, I have yet to. I am gonna say I think they should sell, but I am not changing the opinion that I've held throughout this whole season. I still think the Leafs can make the playoffs. My opinion will not change until it is mathematically done. My opinion's not going to change. I will never. I said this 2 shows ago. I said this after the Lightning game. I said my opinion, or maybe even after the Florida game. I said my opinion's not going to change. I'm not going to flip-flop with my opinion, and I never will on this show. I will keep my opinion that I held. If they don't make it, I'll say I'm wrong because my opinion was wrong. I'm not going to flip-flop my opinion just because the team is doing poorly. That's not what I'm going to do. I don't like to flip-flop. I think that anybody who does is kind of fake. It's fake, and it's a fake. You can't just keep switching your opinion flippity-flop every time something changes with the team. I've kept the same opinion throughout this whole season. I thought the Leafs were going to make the playoffs at the start of the season. I thought they were going to make the playoffs 3 months ago when I said Berube should have been fired. And I still keep it to this day, and it will not change one little bit. I will not say anything differently.
Well, if Disney can dream, so can Leaf fans.
That's
As
why.
Chris is saying, please don't misunderstand. I hate the Toronto Maple Leafs more than life itself. Just can't count them out yet. And that's fair. I mean, and I agree with Adam. Until it is mathematically impossible. Look at the Calgary Flames last year. And I'm not saying this Leaf team reminds me of the Flames last year. The Flames didn't make it over a tiebreaker, but they looked dead in the water. And they kept pushing. They went on this insane run to close out the year, and they almost got it done.
Yeah.
I don't think this Leaf team will, but I agree with Adam and Chris as well. You can't count a team out until they're mathematically out. I said that about the Argos, and I know the Argos did not make it last year. However, I mean, the Argos, I think you can laugh all you want, Dan. The Argos, I had more faith because the team had championship caliber. But the Leafs have first-round choking caliber. They usually don't choke in the regular season. So, and by the poll, we're right now at 70% feel the season's over, 20% say it's not, 10% who cares. No one wants to wait for the deadline. Like, screw the deadline. Who gives a hoot? But looking at some teams with cap space, it's interesting, Adam, what you were saying, though. There's not a lot of contenders with a lot of cap. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas somehow finds a way to make cap space to bring in a big
forget, Paul, there's something that a lot of people forget when we talk about trades, right? For like, if you're buying and selling, you're going to trade Nazem and Kadri for a first-round draft pick. I totally get it. However, there's salary cap, but it's also a salary minimum. So a team like Calgary... Thank you. A team like Calgary just can't trade over salary for draft picks. They gotta have some type of salary there. So just because you're maxed out in salary doesn't mean you can't afford Kadri. It just means you gotta move salary from your roster in order to make Kadri's cap hit work in your roster. Prime example of this was the Colorado trade a couple of days ago with Pittsburgh. I think Girardi and Kulak this season are kind of comparable. But the reason why they did that trade is because Kulak's a $2.5 million hit kit. Girardi's at a $5 million kit. So basically, Pittsburgh took the $2.5 million for a draft pick, which I think was a good move. And Colorado took Kulak to free up $2.5 million going into the trade deadline to buy someone. So we could see some movements like that happening next couple of days to line up a big trade like Nazem Kadri on March 6th.
Now, the only thing I do
that's why I brought up.
Oh, sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
So that's why I brought up that Calgary. That's why there's salary retention. Calgary, the issue. That's why I was bringing up. Unless somebody frees up $7 million, which I think is exactly what Kadri's contract is. Calgary may not want to waste their last retention spot right now to get rid of Nazem Kadri, because they also, Blake Coleman is another option for them to trade. That could be who they take as their last spot. And if so, somebody's going to have to free up $7 million. That's why I brought up the two teams that I thought, despite them not being right now in contention for a cup,
There's another team.
they're both two teams who could play in the playoff, who could be pushing for the playoffs this year or next year, could acquire Nazem Kadri, because Calgary may not want to waste the spot currently just on Nazem Kadri, just because he wants to. I know he wants to go, but it is a trade that could wait until the summer, which could be an easier way for them to retain salary so they don't have to hold on to it too long.
But there's a team.
So that's
here
why I brought up the two teams.
But there's another team here that I think fits in this window even a little bit better, because I also think they're going to be competitive now and 2 or 3 years down the road. Did you guys know the Detroit Red Wings have $12.7 million in cap space?
I didn't know how much they had, but I did hear
12.7 is a lot of money. And
I know Detroit's in on Ristolainen as well.
But I'm saying if you bring in Nazem Kadri to kind of fill out the third line, or maybe you play him on the wing on the second line, all of a sudden this Detroit team is starting to look a lot better. And Detroit's a young enough team with, by the way, guys like Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, Alex DeBrincat, Andrew Kopp. Like, they got all these guys locked in for a couple more years. And especially too, you look at the defense with like Sider as like your main piece, you have locked up till 2031. Like, you have Detroit's in a window where they're looking to try to not just, do well now. I believe they're in a playoff spot at the moment. I think
they are.
Detroit have the highest wild card spot. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see with $12 million of cap space, did they make a phone call on a guy like Nazem Kadri?
100%.
I did say Detroit needed more scoring depth help in our Atlantic Division video.
And fun fish.
I did say they needed more scoring from their depth. I think Nazem Kadri could be a good
option. Leafs lost because they didn't have the puck. Well, you didn't have the puck because you didn't work for the puck.
Well, now he said that though before the game. That's why they've been losing of late, because they don't have the puck.
Well, then go get it. No one's keeping it from you.
Well, the other team is. Dan, apparently you mentioned trades just now. Good job. Okay, it sounds like in the NFL, the defense gets to be traded first, and the Titans got Jerome Johnson from the Jets. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Both the Titans and the Jets are terrible. So, I mean, I think any trade they make will probably make them maybe just as bad. Who knows? But interesting there. I mean, the NFL trade deadline's coming up very, very soon.
So you'll be trade deadline in the offseason.
I mean the free agent window. Sorry.
There you go.
Tavares deserves. I disagree with you on this. I don't think Tavares deserves to see either. I think
Tavares
was a bum as a captain. He's a good
captains in this team.
There is no captain in this team. Adam. You know what, Adam? You know what you deserve.
I have
for that
a
comment.
vintage Tavares captain jersey.
All I hear is complaining. All I hear is whining about the captain all season. Better talk to the media. It's Greg Berube. Matthews may not be able to talk to the media, but I would love to see. I know this is just kind of like it all, but you go out there and talk to the media when you're having a bad season and when this media is just dogging you.
That's your job, bro.
Every day. No, but Dan, that doesn't mean it's easy to do. I don't care how much money you make. But Dan, let's say you make $13.5 million and you got dogged on all season, 365 days out of the year, all the time. That's all you hear is you suck, you suck, you suck. You're the worst captain in the world. Dan, how much would you enjoy talking to the media? How much would you enjoy taking the blame for every single loss, every single day, no matter what you do, no matter how many goals?
I did the exact same thing at my work.
Okay. So, Dan, would you be happy talking to the media all the time? Would you be happy doing it?
No, but if you get paid enough money,
exactly. Right? Exactly my point. Exactly.
But all I'm saying is, guys, when you're saying about Tavares didn't do it either. Funny enough, like the guy or lump him, the one that always took all the heat in the media and actually answered the questions was Morgan Riley up until about this year, where I think he finally just gave up.
Phil Kessel was talking to the media after we choked a 4-1 lead.
And I know it's the job fund fish, I get that, but
who had the C. He had the C. Phil Kessel, if you remember, never had a letter. He didn't have a letter that season. He manned up and talked to the. So if we're going to talk about Dion Phaneuf was just as useless as a captain. And Funfish, there is no captain on this team. I would like you to tell me
that statement. There is no
outside
captain.
of John Tavares, who is the who on this team is captain material to you that Matthews should hand off the C to?
Oh, I think this is a new viewer.
Ridiculous.
Look at the puppy. The Leafs
Welcome.
played like they're trying to get the coach fired. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Welcome to the decks and welcome back, everyone.
Wagging Wisdom Star. Welcome to the desk, Wagging Wisdom Star.
And just to add here, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, as it's a huge help for us building our algorithm. We've been building up the subscribers again, which is fantastic. All the comments, we all love it. It helps the algorithm huge. Also, if you could send us a like on Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff, that's a great help. Voting in the polls are a great help. And share the show. Share with your friends and family and all that stuff. Thank you, everyone. It builds the algorithm. The more that happens, the more we can do for you. So thank you very much, everybody.
And yeah, absolutely, to Dan's point, back to the comment section we go here. Christopher, why did Matthews get the captain for US? Because he was for that team.
He got voted.
I asked that question too.
You guys know that? Did you know that Team USA voted for Austin Matthews to be team captain? So I guess that's kind of funny because that locker room had like 4 other captains on it.
Oh, for sure they did. Dylan
they all voted for Austin Matthews.
Yeah.
So you know what? That's a kind of a funny thing to talk about is that Austin Matthews, despite there being better captains to all of you, Matthews was the one who was voted by the own players. So
yeah.
And here we go, Funfish. I agree with you and Adam. There's no real like captain with a big set of balls, big set of brass balls on the Toronto Maple Leafs who are actually like as a captain material. And I think that's an issue that you address in the off season, that you need to go out and find someone who actually has a pair and go from there. And Nazem Kadri, if it's an off season deal, maybe that's the piece you bring in to bring in some leadership, or you go get a Luke Shen or something along those lines. Lane, I'm glad you had a great night by listening to Adam and didn't watch the game. And hey, this is an interesting point too. These are the same ones that voted for Agent Orange. So it is funny that Matthews did fight with the US, but he couldn't. It's not the same thing, guys. You're comparing a gold medal game to game like 61 of the regular season, where, by the way, your entire Dan, let me finish. Your entire brass has told you that you're not good enough.
No, I agree with that point, Jacob.
They don't care. And why let's say if everyone is telling you you're not good enough, eventually you're just going to be like, you're right, I'm not good enough.
No, I agree with that. However,
thing.
I know this is just game 61 in the season, whatever magical number it was tonight. But this number was so important because if you didn't
I did get it right.
Oh, good. Because if you didn't win these next few numbers, you don't make the playoffs to a game 7 or to a game 5 or game 6 in the first round to move on, right? But even though it was a stupid random number, it's not like it was random game 42 or 38 or 17. This was the game you needed to win in order to make it to the games that matter.
Your season's already done, though. Your boss has told
I don't think it was,
Dan, but your boss has told you the season's over.
I don't listen to my boss.
Okay, but that's not the point. The point of the matter is the guy that signs your paycheck said the season's over.
Yeah, so I get it.
Why will the players care at this point? The season's over.
But we got a whole bunch of great
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree. I think it's terrible for the fans who spend thousands of dollars to come watch this crap. Not us. We're great. And we don't cost thousands of dollars. We're free on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and more.
And Twitch.
And Twitch.
We got there's never new comments.
Voodoo Pork Chop. By the way, I do like pork
that
chop.
Name.
Matthews is a choker, perfect captain for the Maple Leafs. Join the Habs Nation. I will say, I think the Habs are the best.
Habs look amazing this year.
The Habs, I think, are the best chance of a Canadian team to win a Stanley Cup this year.
No, just say it, Jacob. Habs are the best Canadian team this year. Say it.
That's literally what that statement means, Dan.
No, but say it. Habs are the best Canadian team.
Yeah, right now they're the best Canadian team.
This whole year, they are. They're the best.
I wouldn't say this whole year. They've certainly had some down
We
stretches.
the
too.
best. Listen.
But no, right now, Montreal, I think if they can address the goaltending issue, maybe add a little bit of depth to the bottom six. Although bringing in Philip Deneau, I think was the perfect piece for this team.
Brilliant trade. Love that trade.
Matthews, there was a little booze at one point, but it was then drowned out by cheers when they announced the players who were in the Olympics.
The whole team got booed.
Well, yeah, the whole team got booed, but I think Lane more meant about when they
booed.
announced the Olympic rosters. Yeah, Alex, back again about your paper, lock 'em up, scratch and win. What changed from 2 nights ago? I'll tell you what changed, Alex. They played worse.
Way worse.
They played worse than they did 2 nights ago.
I can't believe that's possible, but here we are.
Anything is possible! And they proved it's possible to play worse.
Literally.
I do agree with this comment. I mean, the Hughes, Burrows, and Hellebuck carried Team USA. I'd say especially Hellebuck.
100%.
I think if it wasn't for Hellebuck, Canada probably wins that game 6-1, just being honest.
Well, look at Clint Hughes. That was the one piece that
they
wasn't
will
at
win
the
another game,
formations.
Lane. They will win another game. Fun fish. I mean, when he actually fought, I believe one versus the Europe. Again, guys, I just honestly think the Olympics is different than when you're on a team that's already told you you're done. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying it's a mental battle that's just being lost right now by this group.
It's the battle pass.
Yeah, Alex. Playoffs are a thing that the Leafs will not see. I mean, I guess they can book their tea times nice and early.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you changed your name, Sabazor, but welcome back. I went back to my original name, which is the Barbarian.
I love the random emojis. The emojis are fire, bro. I love that.
I don't think it was Germany. Maybe it was. I thought it was Denmark, but I could be wrong.
I think it was that Denmark game because it was so close. Like, wasn't it Denmark the 4-2 game?
Yeah, it ended up being 6-3, but yes. But yeah, so Christopher, team management sent out a letter to all the season ticket holders saying the year's a wash because of injuries, which was such a cop-out, number one.
And that they were selling at the deadline.
And that they were selling at the deadline before they came back from the Olympic break. So it's not like they did it tonight.
No, this was before the Olympic break, Jacob.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Before the Olympic break, they did this. And it really...
before we came back from the Olympic break, is what you said.
I honestly think it's completely messed up the psyche of this group.
I agree with you 100%.
I'm not saying it should be an excuse, but I think that is... Leafs Jake McCabe was interviewed after the game and said the team started... How did they start off good?
I guess
they scored on one of their first 2 shots. And then
I don't care.
But that is the definition of starting well, though, to be fair.
No. That was
to be fair, that
experience of hockey I've ever watched.
He never said the whole period. They started, which they
did they have a good poop before they got to the bench?
Or 2 shots.
Guys, put an F in the chat because this is ridiculous.
Oh, love it.
I get what you're saying, Adam, because they got the first goal. But okay, they played a good minute and 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break. I agree with Christopher. Wow. Jacob, you better make sure I'm on the show when you hit yourself with the... Okay, I'm not hitting myself with the racket yet.
It's
free is the best. I do agree with that.
100%.
And remember, we are free.
That's right.
If you want to like pay me, you can. Like you can send me $1 to.
That's something we've talked about. Maybe you want different things where you can pay us or put your name on the screen as a thank you or something.
Like a Patreon where we are debating on starting. So you can let us know in the comment section how you guys feel about a Patreon. McDavid might be. Oh, are you accusing McDavid of accusing someone of being?
Might be a what?
A choker. I don't think you can say that about McDavid because of Four Nations. Sorry, guys.
I agree. Yeah, Four Nations. He was phenomenal.
They are hambernazing.
Oh, I like that one. Hambernazing. That's a good hamburger.
Smile, Dan. Jacob's tomatoes and Adam's milk. Oh, I do not want Adam's free milk.
No.
Sorry, Adam. I don't want your free milk, bud. 0-2 in final games and failed in the Olympics. But again, he scored the game-winning goal in Four Nations.
Hate to say it was just by Mitch Marner.
I mean, and yeah, I mean, I've also brought it up that, like, look, McDavid did choke in a couple of games and a couple elimination games in the final, sure, but I don't think you can call him a choker in general. And also, too, McDavid has absolutely nobody to play with in Edmonton. Like, after McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and Hyman, the roster just goes.
They lost so much, like Corey Perry and Victor Arvidsson and even
say
Skinner.
About an American and avoid the goal. I'm not, but again, it's different because McDavid has got to the Stanley Cup Finals twice. He scored the game-winning goal for Four Nations. To me, it's just a different situation. And I don't necessarily think Matthews is necessarily a choker either. I just think the Leafs lineup is just not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, Matthews did play good at gold medal game.
I just thought I'd help you out there, formerly known as Sabazor. Toronto needs an expansion team.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews' post-game interview said we quit. My goodness, they had 2 shots on goal. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair to say. The Leafs did quit.
Yeah.
No, he said didn't quit. But to be fair, what do you expect him to say? No, honestly, type into the chat. Wisdom Star, type into the chat what you expected that man to say to the media. Did you expect him to? What did you expect him to say? Like,
he went into his bubble.
You guys don't know anything. Clearly, you guys don't know anything about like PR training that these athletes go through.
Well, then again, neither does Nathan Rourke, and he's in professional sports. Dan, that is so unnatural. Keep it natural, Dan. I don't know what you need to do.
That's what I do. I always just keep it real.
Dan's commenting on the show that he's speaking.
The truth. Say the truth.
Okay, but Dan, the difference is
it's called PR training.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I don't care.
Like, y'all need to grow up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, but like, no offense, but like actually grow up and like.
We're tired of this. Look at McDavid. McDavid doesn't care about PR at all, and everyone loves it.
Doing his job. He's doing what he's told to do, Dan. Like, geez, Louise.
Yeah, well, stop being told what you do all the time. For instance, that's a true example of being a leader versus a follower. He's a follower. He's always following the PR team.
He's doing what
coach,
his bosses told him.
The GM, whoever. Like, follow. Be the leader.
He's doing what his bosses told him to do, Dan. Like, geez.
Why?
Because they pay him.
Okay, because anyway, he's got no move clause to a gazillion. He's not going to be moved anyway. It doesn't matter. What do we do? Cut him?
Guys, just fill and chill.
Can I cut a $14 million play?
Dan, at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, but John Tavares was the exact same way all the time, and you said he was a great captain. Dion Phaneuf, as Adam said, used to hide behind the media. You loved the human pylon.
I do love the pylon.
Matt Sundin said he didn't do anything stupid when he threw a stick in the stands and almost took someone's eye out. We have not had good leadership in over 20 years. We haven't had a good captain since Wendell Clark. I'll come out and say it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll come out and say that. We haven't had a good captain since the 90s.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's been a huge problem for these Toronto Maple Leafs. The difference is they used to have other leaders in the dressing room, and now the closest thing to a leader is Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Morgan Riley.
Honestly, I think Riley will be the piece that will get moved either at this deadline or this offseason. I think he's going to be like, guys, get me out of here.
I honestly think, I said it in a previous episode, I'll say it again here because we got some new viewers. Thank you, everyone. Call me crazy, but I say some crazy things. I think the one piece that could be moved is Austin Matthews because this team is not a contender anymore. So we're going to say a very good conversation with him and say, hey, do you want to play in a rebuilding franchise, or do you want to move back closer to your home like Utah or wherever? And I really think, especially now, because Matthews won the gold medal, he captained the winning team. You can't say he's a choker anymore. He got that taste of winning. And once you get that taste of winning, it's contagious, right? So I don't know if he's going to be traded this week, but maybe in the offseason, depending what they do this week. If they sell the farm this week, and then they go into a complete rebuilding mode next year, will Matthews want to stay? What's keeping him here? I don't think so.
The free health care.
Yeah, okay.
But Dan, I will say, I think Austin Matthews, if he gets dealt, that is an off-season, not a trade deadline. That's
like
all
I
I'll
look
say
at
about
William
that.
Nylander, okay? I think William Nylander would like to stay here because when he negotiated that crazy $7 million deal years ago and he missed half the season because of negotiation talk, it would have been a heck of a lot easier for him to leave then, and he didn't. William Nylander being Swedish, there's a lot of history between Toronto and Sweden, and Boy Solomon, Matt Sundin. Story goes on and on and on, right? So I don't see William Nylander wanting to go. Matthew Knives, he just started. He's still young, so he'll probably want to stay here too. Morgan Wiley, I could see being why move to BC. But I think it's Wiley and Matthews are two pieces because John Tavares is not going to want to go. He has took a $4 million discount to stay here. He's not going to leave because he would have easily got $8 million in the open market.
No, he wouldn't. Well, if someone gave him $8 million, they're an idiot. Because John Tavares,
I agree, but he would have got it.
John Tavares has proven over the last 2 months that he's a third-line center at best.
No, he's not. He's got
yes,
22
he is.
goals.
Yes, he is. He is a third-line center at best.
No.
Yes. And if that is your talk about drunk goggles, you got on your John Tavares goggles. John Tavares started the season over the first 15 games on pace for 110 points. He now has 49 points in 60 games, and he is a -20. John Tavares is a third-line center on a Stanley Cup winning team. He's
second in your power play points.
Okay, Dan, you're going on that Nazem Kadri is a third-line center, and John Tavares, because you argued with that with me all the time when I say Nazem Kadri is still a top 6 forward on a lot of teams. Calgary just isn't very good. Okay. So John Tavares, he is a -20, 49 points in 60 games. Okay. And you're telling me he's a second-line center. Nazem Kadri has 41 points in 58 games, and he's a -24. Those are very comparable stats. And you're telling me he is a third-line center. You can't have it both ways. John Tavares is playing with William freaking Nylander. Nazem Kadri is playing with Klapka. There's a huge difference. Yeah, Tavares has more goals. Kadri has more assists. What's your point?
No.
Like, at the end of the day, Dan, you can't say one is a top 6 and one isn't. If anything, Kadri does a lot of things that Tavares doesn't. I'm telling you one thing. If Nazem Kadri is in this lineup tonight, whether Tkachuk wanted to or not, he would have got his ass kicked. And that's what Toronto is missing.
No,
like, I'm sorry. Dakota Joshua is, I feel bad for the guy. I know he's had a lot of health problems, but he has not been what they thought. Nicholas Waugh playing on the top, on the, never mind, he was on the top line at one point tonight.
Yeah,
like,
I made no sense.
Stupid. They're just idiotic. And again, I'm just saying, Dan, I have to call you out on that because you say John Tavares is a top 6 forward and Nazem Kadri isn't. Kadri is doing it with worse players on a debatable worse team and putting up comparable numbers. And Nazem Kadri, in my opinion, should be at the top of everyone's trade bracket for anyone who's looking. Let's get to some comments.
Yeah, comments are great. Thank you, everyone.
I could actually see Willie asking out. He's been pissy ever since he got ripped off and being valued less for Matthews. I don't really feel he got ripped off. I mean, unless you mean the letter.
Wait, Jacob, bring up Lane's last comment because but you don't need to be. But Nylander doesn't need an A. If you need an A to feel important, if you're gonna whine about having an A while getting paid double digits, like getting paid whatever his contract is now, you should just leave then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel if you feel you have to have an A to feel just like Marner did? We called Marner a pissy baby because he demanded an A on his contract after his rookie year. The Nylander is the exact same. Nylander is a pissy baby.
I don't think Nylander cares about the A.
No, Dan, just stop. But if Marner is going to be called a pissy baby because he demanded a letter after his rookie contract, then Nylander is the exact same if he is being pissy about not having a letter. If he is being pissy about not having a letter, then that is the exact same thing. He is 28 years, he's 30, whatever how old Nylander is now. He's being a pissy baby. And honestly, if he wants to be a pissy baby because he doesn't have a damn letter, then he can go ahead and he can ask for a trade out and he can leave the franchise then.
But I don't think I agree with Dan, though. I don't think Nylander is whining about a letter personally. I think
I
understand that, Adam. I know, Adam. You're just addressing the comments. I'm just saying that, but I think I think what it is with Nylander, I think he's at the point what I've just said. If the team says they're not going to make the playoffs and they're going to sell, he's like, why? Who cares?
Exactly.
I think that's just the middle finger by Nylander keeps getting better and better. I mean, yeah. Tavares won't go to Montreal. Tavares will retire a Toronto Maple Leaf. You'd have to hire way too many nannies if he was traded somewhere.
But it would be sweet, though. I would love to see Tavares as a second line center in Montreal.
You're damn!
Yeah! Let's go!
Grrr!
Grrr!
Lane, I get some players are like that. I just don't personally think Nylander is like that, in my personal opinion.
I don't. I really don't. He just cares about his beauty sweep. If I was that good looking, I would care about that too.
Never ended 9-3. I don't know. Here we go. Where do you guys think Stamkos ends up? Okay, I have a hot take on the Nashville Predators.
No, there's actually only 3 teams he wants to go to. So before we start that, I just want to look up what teams, because you all are going to start naming off teams.
Okay, but you look.
None of the teams are going to be on.
Yeah, but you're
going to tell you that the Nashville Predators are not going to trade Steven Stamkos because they are going to buy.
Yeah.
They are 2 points out of a playoff spot. Ryan O'Reilly is not waving his no move. They are going to buy. They are going to buy, and they're going to get into the playoffs.
I agree with Jacob on this.
They will not trade Steven Stamkos.
But that doesn't mean they're not. It's Stamkos. Okay, wait. But if Steven Stamkos wants out, then if Steven Stamkos is going to demand a trade out, then that doesn't mean, like, I think they should just trade him. If he doesn't want to be there, it doesn't really matter if they're not going to. They can still, if he wants out, then why keep him?
Well, call me crazy. To answer the second part of that question, I think Stamkos is hitting 40 goals. He's at 29 right now. He's at 29 right now.
Goals?
Yeah, dude. I think he could have made Team Canada. But anyways, a whole other discussion.
I don't think he could.
He's at 29
I still
goals.
don't think he needed to be on Canada.
He's at 29 goals right now. You know he's going to ramp to play playoff spot. I totally agree with Jacob. Nashville's 2 points away. And the other thing about Nashville, too, is
Nazem Kadri.
They're in a tough division with Colorado, Minnesota, and Dallas, so they'll be fighting for the wild card. But you look at a wild card fight, there's a tough competition. Believe it or not, Utah's in that competition, Edmonton, Seattle, LA. You can arguably say San Jose's in that competition. You got about 6 solid good teams in for a 2 competition spot, and I think Nashville could be there. So in order to get over the hump, they got to buy. They got some great pieces like Michael Bunting, Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos, Yossi's the defenseman from Switzerland.
Roman Yossi.
Thank you, Roman Yossi.
They just said his name.
Key players there. And I could totally see Nashville buy, as crazy as that is.
By the way, Austin Matthews, 3 minutes ago in the interview with Sportsnet, said it was embarrassing, to be honest with you. Worst game I've seen us play in my whole career.
Wow.
Just as an FYI there on Austin Matthews.
Well, verse the truth.
Is
Good
the
job,
Leafs
buddy.
season over? Wagon Wisdom Star, which love the name. I wonder if you guys do. I wonder if you do dog training or something. Maybe you can train Dan to stop talking when I try to wrap the show. But you can vote in the poll, which currently the poll is saying 73% of our poll is saying the season is done. 14% is saying it is not. Another 14% says who cares.
Yeah. Wow.
So interesting thought there. But if you guys want to hear more about trade deadline stuff, we did 2 really good shows. We still have to do a third about the Western Conference. But it was breaking down every team in the East over those 2 shows and whether they're buyers or sellers and their overall grade coming out of like this at this point of the season. We will be doing the Western Conference very soon. We've just been doing a lot of these live shows for you guys lately. We haven't got to it yet, but it is definitely coming. So we do appreciate it. And also quick shout out to Den 6 Nations for the share and the like.
Thank you. Yeah.
Always appreciate that. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't always tell me who was liking the show. It just says there's likes, but it doesn't say who you are. But if you liked on YouTube, thank you as well. You are my hero. 100%. Bro, you're my healer.
Big help. Yeah.
Don't worry, I am not Steve Dangle. What gives it away is that my name's not Steve. Because, yeah, I know. And it also difference between us and Steve Dangle. Steve Dangle can't get through a whole show without swearing. We can.
That's right.
Wow.
Wowzers.
We also don't have cool sweaters with our names on them yet. We should.
I wish.
We should get those. But yeah, make sure you hit those ones. You hit the like button twice. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Double tap. But what Jacob was saying too, if you're new to the decks, welcome everyone. We do some Lane in the comments of being with us too in the show, and Lane and I do some simulations games with the PlayStation. So Sarah will be doing more of that at some point to help protect fantasy sports and gambling and all that stuff. We've also do the pre-record shows like what Jacob was talking about, but our trade deadline shows, that's on our Spotify and iHeartRadio channels as well. If you want to go back and watch any previous episodes, we're on YouTube, Facebook, we're all still there for you to watch. And if you want to see little highlights, Jacob does an amazing job editing little quick highlights to our TikTok channel. That's got well over 100,000 views, so definitely check that out. But Dan,
you know, they say if you keep saying someone's name, they'll appear.
Yeah.
Lane Dashing Dasco.
All I gotta do to me. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Lane Dashko.
Lane, you did it wrong. You're supposed to disappear and then appear. You did appear,
that's
you
close
turned
enough.
Around. You did it wrong, Lane. You did it wrong.
I turned
disappointed.
Yeah, I see you turned around, bro.
You did just appear. You turned
around.
And
by the way, Voodoo Pork Chop, we do more than just Leafs content, right? So we break down a lot in the NHL. We do a lot of football. I personally am going to be starting to do a lot of XFL and UFL content because
you care a lot about the Leafs for not being a Leaf fan, man. That's dedication.
I'm shocked Jacob didn't save us first. We're huge into CFL, and the CFL season is starting. So we've been talking a lot about CFL. We did a great episode on CFL free agents, so definitely check that out too. And of course, we'll be talking about the Blue Jays. I love the Blue Jays. They're coming back strong. So we'll be not just Leaf talk here.
Yeah, by the way, when are we going for that beer, brother?
There we go. Down in the Hammer.
You gotta let me know.
I'm Jacob Dangle. You know what? That could have been my nickname if I was actually a good forward when I played hockey. I played goalie because I was not that great at forward.
Well, Jacob doesn't yell. Lane would be Lane Dangle because Lane's the one.
Yeah, Lane, you're definitely the closest.
Yeah,
Lane's the yeller. Jacob is not the yeller. I was gonna say Jacob is nothing like.
Jacob's the calmest one every time.
I think Lane's
before the storm
right
here
with the yelling.
Really?
That's an
awesome come in yelling, Lane.
Should I dump it on Steve Dangle? Probably not.
Well, you didn't watch the game, so I think that's why.
I'm just starting to think that saving my voice is not worth screaming at a team that'll never learn.
Fair enough.
But no, just for anyone who is new to the channel, as Dan said, we do a bunch of different content. And Voodoo Pork Chop, I appreciate that you guys love that. You're enjoying the energy and you're enjoying the show.
Thank you. Yeah, we have fun here, right? So it's good. Keeping the energy, we love bringing the comments in, so we can be a part of the community, right?
If my girlfriend wasn't over, I actually would come down, but I can't leave my girlfriend.
Don't leave your girlfriend.
What's the Mustang?
You shouldn't be drinking in a car.
Yeah, don't drink and drive. It ain't cool.
Yeah.
No, it's a bar literally down the street. But no, I wanted to come on. I actually wanted to come on and clarify a few of my comments. The 93 comment was a Marner thing. And this is just, if you don't believe me, it's true. He was literally mad. He admitted this. This is not like a rumor or like an AI thing. He admitted he was mad because when he was talking to Lou Lamoriello in his contract, he had like a thing in his like throughout his career, like whenever he signed like a deal or anything, it had to involve the numbers like 93. It was like, so if he made a $1,000 deal, it was 1,093 because 93 is his favorite number. And Lou Lamoriello was like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And apparently he was like,
that sounds like a Lou Lamoriello thing to do.
Yeah.
And apparently Marner's camp, his dad, his agent, and him like flipped out. Was like, oh, I got my 93. It's like, bro.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Crosby does the same thing with his contract.
Crosby's
87. His contract has been like 8.7 for like his whole career, basically. Outside of his rookie deal, it's been 8.7 for like every
Even
other
his
contract.
rookie deal, the rookie
point is
max
that-
that time was $875,000. He signed it $870,000.
Oh, that's
But-
hilarious.
but
That's
the thing
actually
is-
hilarious.
The reason I brought up the Willie thing is because honestly, I look at him like I look at Willie as a very passionate person, right? Like I think there's a lot of passion there. And what I meant by what I said was, and I'm not saying that he's gone and complain. I'm just saying I could see him getting upset because it's felt like throughout his whole career here, it's felt like he's always been second fiddle to the
That's
Matthews,
true.
to the Tavares, to Marner, even to like Morgan. Like people like value Morgan Riley over William. Not everybody, but some fans were like, "Oh, Morgan Riley's more important than William." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I don't know if it's saying. No, but I know. But some of the fans literally feel like that. Like I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but
what
it doesn't
fans have
help
said.
that his career was poor to start with. It doesn't help that he didn't have over 60 points
I
or
got
over
moved,
like 70
apparently.
points for like
Oh, we're moving
his
around.
first couple years. It doesn't help that he wasn't great to start his career. Like I don't think that helped at all.
Right.
Which I think which funny enough was what made him sitting out the first half of his fourth season
No, I get that.
so frustrating was because he was sitting out despite being just a 60-point guy. He was holding out for more money than necessarily anybody should have been paying him. His career high at that point was like 63 points, I think it was, maybe more than that. But it was like, why are we allowing a 63? I love William Nylander, but I wanted the Leafs to trade him because it's like you still can't figure out a contract at Thanksgiving. Just trade the guy. Like, what's the point of letting him take this team hostage and remain sitting out over a guy who has never hit over 70 points in his career at that point?
And look at him
He
now.
has proven that contract was pretty good after he signed it, but him sitting out the way that he did, I'm not gonna lie, leaves a sour taste in some people's mouth. And the Leafs were doing good without him, kind of doing good without him. And it's like, I think that leaves a sour taste in people's mouth. It stays in the back of their memory.
Adam,
And I don't think it's unfair to say he wasn't as important as Matthews and Marner were at one point in his career. I don't think that's necessarily something you can say that was wrong. Like, I don't disagree with that point, like to a certain extent. Like 3 years ago, more than like probably 4 years ago, I would have said, okay, that's fair enough. But like now I don't, because he's improved so much over his career.
It's
It's different now than it was a couple years ago.
But it's funny to me though. He's literally, Adam, and we all know this. He's literally their best. Like I think, I know it's not statistically, but in my opinion, he's the guy in the playoffs that's substantially always, he steps up for this team, right? Like when we were in our games 5, 6, and 7, he was the one that was literally stepping up for this team and putting the points in when the other guys weren't.
For sure he was.
And they still won't give this guy a damn letter. I don't know. No, but I'm just saying I think that's disrespectful because this is this is the one guy that's constantly every game in the playoffs, game 1, game 2, game 3, whatever round it was, he was the one player on this team through the whole 10 years that they've had that debacle of going to the first round, going to the first. He was the one guy who never sat there and cried. He was the one guy who never stopped caring. He was the one guy that always, when the game was 1-0, 2-0, 4-0, whatever it was, 5-1, 6-1, he was the one guy always putting in consistent effort, always doing his best, always putting the team first, always doing what he had to do to make this to try to get this team further. And yet this guy still can't get a damn letter in his jersey.
Lane. So it goes back to my point before. I want to say this because I honestly do think that
I think he should be an assistant captain.
The importance of letters in the NHL in any sport is stupid. The importance of it is stupid.
I think he's a better captain than
Does Austin Matthews wearing the C make him the best leader on Toronto? No, I don't think it does.
But it gives him the power of the voice.
Let's be honest here, Lane.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my point across.
Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
But
my bad.
I said the same thing to Dan because Dan kept interrupting me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think, Jacob, you should just start muting everybody when I talk because everybody just keeps interrupting me before I get to my damn point.
You know what,
I
Adam? I will give everyone 10 seconds to recompose.
I'm not composed.
I can tell, Lane. No, I don't want to be. I don't want this.
Yeah, he does.
No, Jacob.
Do it.
Okay, no, but
Full screen.
no, Lane. But like, I want to say, I think Letters, Austin Matthews wasn't the most vocal captain. Like, he's not the most vocal captain. Tavares wasn't either. But it's like, that doesn't mean having a letter, I think, is just, it means, cool, you're probably the team's best player, or you were a player that everybody respects on your team. Like, Jonathan Toews wasn't the best player on Chicago, but he was somebody that everybody heavily respected from a young age in Chicago.
Oh, but he was captain material since day one.
Yeah. But that doesn't here, like that Marner wasn't a vocal leader. He wasn't a really assistant captain material when he got it. He cried about it until he got a letter. Yeah. And he shouldn't have been a part of I still think to this day, I thought Marner and Matthews never should have had a letter because it's dumb. I don't think they needed a letter. Well, none of them. I don't know why they were forced to have letters when none of them were really a captain material. They could have been a part of the leadership group, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need a letter. I think if Nylander really wants a letter that badly, then cool, then leave and go to another team and get a letter if that's something that's important to you.
Example.
Him not having a letter. Sorry, Dave. Let me just finish really quickly, Dave. But he is still a part of the leadership group. He doesn't have a letter, but he's still a part of the leadership group. So that doesn't mean he just doesn't have a letter. And I think I will finish it off by saying I think having a letter is one of the most overrated things in the world. Nobody should really care. Because half the time it's not important because you're just a part of the leadership group. But it doesn't, I still think unless people really care about it, it's not really a big thing, I think. There you go. Now I'm done.
Dan, okay. just but before quickly, I just want to address comments here.
Of course, go ahead.
Dragon Wisdom Star. To Nylander's point, mathematically, they still have a shot of making it. I mean, do I think they will? God. No, Lane. Math doesn't lie. People do. 2 + 2 is always 4. You can tell me it's 3, but it's just statistically not true.
Lane,
do I think the Leafs will make the playoffs? No, but I wouldn't want Nylander going into the media and saying we're cooked. I don't think that's the right thing to do either. Interesting comment here, and this would be a very different than most Leaf Nation, but I know Voodoo Porkchop, you're not a Leaf fan. Marner should be a Leaf. Having a letter means your teammates either elected you or management awarded you by talking with the media. I just think it doesn't mean as much as it used to. I agree with Adam in this sense.
Good point, Bo.
I think now it used to mean a lot. I think now it just goes to your 3 best players, which I don't agree with. And very true. It is alternate, not assistant. Thank you, Chris, for the clarification. Sorry. Why give any of them a letter when none of them can even read?
Brady Kentucky can't read. Everyone else can. Oh, we got
those stat.
Caulfield has comments on the
goals in 17 Saturday games this season.
Man, that's incredible. Good job.
He's killing it this year. But now, Mr. Moore, for your money.
Yeah.
I will even full screen you.
I want to add something. It's great conversation Lane and Adam having about letters on jersey. I am a Maple Leaf fan. So, of course, in order to be a Maple Leaf fan, you need a backup team. So, my backup team is the Washington Capitals. Okay? And prime example of this story about, now you can see why I wear a hat. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, but I know my ball hit. So now that we're talking about the Washington Capitals, prime example of this letter situation was when Crosby got captaincy when he was 19 years old. Washington's like, hey, Ovi, want to give you the captain? Ovi said, no, I do not want captaincy because I feel I don't deserve it. I don't have enough maturity yet to be a leader. So they gave the captaincy to Chris Clark. And they literally signed Chris Clark, who was a third liner on the Calgary Flames, then eventually became a 30-goal scorer at Washington land. But they had signed Chris Clark as a free agent just to be captain. You look at Lions, you look at Edmonton Oilers, never prime example in 2006 playoff one. DJ Smith, you're going to say, yeah, who's DJ Smith? DJ Smith, a bottom 6 defenseman, was their captain. Why? Because he was the leader. Hopefully it was DJ Smith. I think that was his name. Ryan Smith, Captain Canada, was the alternate captain. And you look at Ryan Smith, okay, he's not the most talented hockey player I've ever played, but talk about a leader and example, so I just wanted to add to that point of the conversation with the letters as not always was. I know we've gone last 20 years or so, we've gone that well saying that, we got to give it the best player. But I would love to see a guy like Ovechkin step up and say, hey, what? I'm not ready for this yet. And I think at some point, maybe we'll see it again. I don't know who exactly, but I think we'll see that again.
Interesting point, Dan. And we have a gas on your point here. We have some more comments to get to. Season was over when they went winless on a 5-game homestand. Brandon, I don't agree with you completely because I felt when they won the 3 games going into the Olympic break, I thought if they came out of the Olympic break playing at a high level, I felt they were still in it. And mathematically, whether you like Nylander's comments or not, they're not eliminated yet. So, Lane, I know you're asking me about the badminton racket. Until they're mathematically eliminated, I'm not giving myself a concussion.
So wait, Lane,
Sweden!
I saw you had asked if my opinion had changed at all about the Leafs.
Let me guess, it hasn't, right?
The playoffs or not. My opinion has not changed. I told you all this last game. I'm not going to change my opinion until I won't change it. Not even when they miss. I'll say I was wrong, but until they are eliminated, I won't say I'm wrong. My opinion will never change.
Yay! Thank you.
Subazor, I don't like you still. I don't remember what you changed your name to, but I don't like you still. I don't know why I don't like you, but I don't like you.
But I love it.
Adam's kidding. He loves everyone.
No,
Harold
Jacob.
Bauer.
I hate people. That's a known.
Hey,
now
there's
everybody
a
knows
couple
it. I don't like people.
new viewers here in the chat. So
And Harold Bauer, the worst owner ever.
Yeah, and I think
serious question. When is the last time the Leafs had a number 1 bona fide D-man? Thomas Caberlet, Brian Leach.
Ryan McCabe was my guy. He was
Brian McCabe was good, but he wasn't as good as Thomas Caberlet.
Bona fide one Salmon?
Dion Phaneuf?
No. I don't know if Caberlet was a bona fide one. I don't know.
I think
Ryan Leach, Hall of Famer.
Thomas Caberlet. I have a hot take. Thomas Caberlet was one of the most underrated Leafs ever.
Oh, I agree with that.
Remember, I'm old enough to have actually watched him and not just heard about him from other people. Thomas Caberlet. Also, I worked with Thomas Caberlet at an event, and women find him very attractive.
Jacob's biased.
That's
Jacob,
me.
your opinion is voided because you're biased because you worked with him.
I didn't work with him, and I agree with Jacob. He's
okay, well, Dan, your opinion is allowed. Jacob, your opinion is voided because you have a bias. So your opinion is voided. Doesn't count.
Now I'm just great question, like the bear.
Salmon.
Yeah, I said Salmon. What do you mean we all fit? I said Salmon. Oh.
Man, I still think it's Thomas Caberlet. I still think it's Thomas Caberlet.
Listen to me.
Wendell Clark was a defenseman at first.
He was, yeah. He was drafted as a defenseman.
Didn't the Leafs have Al McInnes at one point, or am I just
no? Calgary.
He was old.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I've not eaten at Caberlet's restaurant, but maybe I'll go. Maybe.
Where is this restaurant? I know St. Corson and Tucker's a Barrie.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I was right, so I answered right. Y'all suck. Yay. I'm right. I'm amazing. Yeah.
You know what, Adam? Your attitude just got you kicked out of the desk.
Oh, what?
Oh, peace out.
I kid. Now let's play musical squares.
No, do I want to say this? Musical squares reminds me of the TV show Hollywood Squares, if any of you know what that is.
Thank you. That is why I don't
Adam, he's reminding you why you two are beefing.
I still have it. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I'm thinking of Al Frady. That's what I was thinking of. He was pretty good.
And I just want to say thank you to the new we got 2 new viewers here. We also had JP Powerfront Windsor. So thank you for you and Robert Joseph U4K. And as we have the new viewers here, I just want to add too, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. And it's a huge help for boosting up the algorithm. And we appreciate all the comments. It means a lot. So thank you, everyone, commenting tonight. And please like and share
Subscribe to our channel.
YouTube and Facebook, and we're on Instagram and TikTok and
Sure this looks like
Spotify,
an
iHeartRadio, all these amazing things, because the more it boosts up the algorithm, the more we can do for you. So thank you so much, everybody.
Wait, Subazor, you think this looks like an eggplant? I don't think you know what an eggplant looks like, buddy. This doesn't look like an eggplant at all.
I think it looks like something else, but I can't say what it looks like on air.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
look
what
like that
eggplant
either.
means, you guys.
It doesn't look like. I know what it
Read a
means,
book.
Jacob.
Read
I
a
know what
book.
it means. I know exactly what he means.
What are we looking
No
at
more
here, Lane?
graphs. No,
Here's your
no more
odds to make
graphs.
the
Lane.
playoffs. 1.4%.
Okay.
Baby.
You know what that means? So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
Take a chance,
Lane-
take a chance, take a
Lane
chance,
Dash
me.
Dash,
But you're saying there's a
1.4%.
chance.
So you're
You know
saying
what?
there's a chance.
Speaking of all this, should I read the scores again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because there's something else I
You're
want
only allowed to do that by Lane, and Lane, that was a terrible idea. I'm
Why?
joking. I'm joking, Dan. I love you.
I love
But
you
there
too.
is something I want to bring up, since I think we've kind of talked about the Leafs until Adams blew in the face.
We talked about them too much. This
But
has been too much Leafs talk.
I think what's interesting here is, I don't know if you guys saw the new UFL rule changes coming
No.
in, and if any of these will go into other football leagues.
I sure
So
hope not.
a 60-yard plus field goal will now be worth 4 points
What?
instead of 3.
That's
Uh,
interesting.
interesting.
1 foot in bounds for a catch. So this is like the CFL and the
Okay.
NCAA.
I like that.
Red
like
zone
that.
penalties revert to half the distance to the goal, which that's more NFL style. They have banned the
Yeah.
tush push. Now, the tush
What?
push is
Oh.
different than the quarterback sneak, for anyone who's getting confused about those two. The tush push is where you just grab the quarterback by his butt and you push him. A little different than just a plain quarterback sneak. No
Okay.
punting inside the opponent's 50-yard line. Now, what's interesting about this
Oh.
one, even if there's a penalty that pushes you back past the 50, you still have to go for it on 4th down.
Wow.
3 attempts per team from the 5-yard line. That's going to be the overtime format. And the point after, a kick from 33 yards is going to be worth 1 point. A ball from the 2-yard line is going to be worth 2, and a ball on the 8-yard line is going to be worth 3.
Interesting.
So I'm curious to
Interesting.
see. I bet the NFL is going to be watching how the no tush push is.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't mind the longer field goal being worth more points.
I agree with his comment here. I actually thought when I first read the graphic, I gotta lie here, I thought it was crazy. But then I see full 60 yards and over. And I think if they're kicking a field goal that long, you deserve to get extra points. I actually really like that.
But I think that's interesting here on that one.
Yes.
Got some more comments here. Well, it didn't exactly look like a snow cone.
Who's this junior you refer to, Subazor? I don't know a junior.
It's
here.
you, Frank.
I don't see. Oh, I don't know a Frank either, so I don't know what all of this talk is.
Don't
but
want to
I
get
don't know any
political,
of
but
this.
it's NFL related. You guys think ESPN will force the Giants owner to sell? Noted decline
Yeah,
on the Epstein
I
list.
do.
Probably.
Oh, wow.
Probably,
They already
yeah.
they did it to the Commanders owner. So I wouldn't
That's
be
a
surprised
good
if they
question.
did it to him.
Wow, that's an interesting one.
Maybe the Giants will actually be successful.
Eggplant push. Oh my gosh, that would hurt.
I wish I knew more about that situation. I don't know off my head. I
Pushing an
haven't done
eggplant, Dan,
research
you
on
don't want
it,
to know what
but
that feels like. That would hurt.
Yeah, I think this whole Epstein list has been quite fascinating to watch
Well, not
and see
fascinating,
who's
it's
who and
terrible.
what's what. And, the NFL doesn't want to be any part of it, which I don't blame them, right? So being in the off season now, too, if you're going to change ownership, this is the time to do it, right? So be interesting to see.
But I am very curious to see, and yeah, I will definitely keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on if the Bears actually move. Keep an eye on if these rules in the
Right.
UFL end up coming over to the NFL, or as much as people get mad, the CFL has been experimenting with new rules. Maybe they start doing 60-yard kicks are worth more.
Yeah, because they got
I could
away with the
see
1 point.
balance out since they're
Rouge.
eliminating some of the rouges. Maybe that's how
Right.
they're going to try to balance out some total points.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
actually like the idea of not being allowed to punt within your own 50. Within the other team's 50, I mean. Sorry. I think it's going to force more teams to gamble.
Right.
And let's be honest, 3rd and 4th down gambles, depending on what league you're in, is more interesting, right?
100%.
So I do find it interesting to see where that goes. And yeah, Adam, who's the Sabazor you're referring to? Frank. He just responded to Frank. That makes me happy.
I think
No, I
Lane
responded
here
to the
has
comment,
some
not to
breaking
you.
news.
Lane, what's your breaking? Lane, I think you have some OJHL news.
Yeah, so tonight, if you guys hadn't seen, the Burlington Cougars did beat the Georgetown Raiders, which means for the three of us, we're getting Burlington versus Milton confirmed for round
That means we're going to have to
one.
call, man.
Wow.
Well, you know, that's going to be an exciting
Hey.
series. So
So the
that'll
only-
be interesting there. The
Will it be
OJHL
last
playoffs.
year's series wasn't that exciting?
The only thing that can change tomorrow in the OJHL basically is right now the Buffalo Junior Sabres sit with 63 points. King and Mississauga sit with 61. Mississauga can't jump up, but if King does win tomorrow and Buffalo loses tomorrow, King could move to 6 to face Leamington in 3rd. I will share the standings so people know what I'm at least talking about here. So these are the standings right now in the league.
Hello, Rick.
How's it going, Rick?
So this is the league that a lot of us follow out here on the desk right now. So we have a 1 versus 8 format, just like the NHL. So you got the Toronto Patriots taking on the Mississauga Chargers, confirmed. The Collingwood Blues will be either facing, depending on what happens tomorrow, either the King Rebellion or the Buffalo Junior Sabres. If King win tomorrow and Buffalo loses, they will jump Buffalo into 6 because they'll have the tiebreaker. So that'll be an interesting matchup to see tomorrow. You have, again, 3 versus 6 will probably not change at this point. And then you have Buffalo and Milton confirmed there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here between these two teams. Oh, so Mississauga will stay 8th, but these two teams could jump. And then in the Eastern Conference, it's been pretty much locked in. You got Trenton taking on Lindsay.
Yeah,
you got
tough
St.
year for the
Nicholas taking on
Raiders this year.
Stouffville.
648.
Pickering versus Wellington. Newmarket versus Halliburton. It's going to be an interesting playoff for sure. And we might have to do, since a lot of us are, we might have to do some OJHL playoff content.
Yeah, 100%.
And I will say, though, I do want to quickly give something out for the Georgetown Raiders. I know I saw a comment 6-48. Ouch. I will say about them, when they brought in the new coach, I saw improvements of their overall play. They weren't necessarily turning that into wins, but they were not getting as destroyed every night as what they were before. And they do have some young players I'm interested to see. Junior hockey is a really interesting situation right now of what's going on in the NCAA as well, to see where these teams are going to be at with certain players. But one thing with junior hockey, a team can be and really struggle one year and then go on a crazy run the next. Right. And it wasn't that long ago, the Raiders were one of the best teams in junior hockey back in pre-pandemic. So it's one of those things. Right. But yeah, I think it's interesting. And Rick, I'm curious your thoughts since you joined us at the desk tonight. We were just talking before the OJHL talk about the UFL changes. I wonder if you could see any of those rule changes coming to the CFL at all. Throw those back up on your screen like a good little lad I am. And let us know, guys. Do you see any of these coming to the NFL, the CFL? Probably not arena, maybe arena football for like the point afters. Actually, if you guys haven't watched arena football, it is entertaining as hell.
Oh, it's fun, yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of highly skilled players as well. So,
I don't believe you, Jacob. I don't.
You know what?
No,
Frank,
it's actually pretty good. I've watched some of it. It's
Frank.
good
Dad,
stuff.
I don't believe you either.
Frank, go to your room.
Information.
He's
I am
his
in my
room.
room.
You answered to
Literally in my
Frank.
bedroom. Damn it, Jacob.
Woo!
But no, we just want to say too, like what when comments say, yeah, we follow more than just the Maple Leafs, right? And if you guys want to see more OJHL content, let us know. That's the league below the CHL. So it's junior hockey within Ontario, and other provinces have it as well. Fantastic hockey. If you saw local teams around, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, definitely check it out. You used to get the ticket screen $15. Great entertaining hockey. Also some OHL news from the CHL. Our former Barry Coates. We used to be in Barry, Jacob. Our Barry Coates won the Central Division going into the playoffs. So good job on the Barrie Colts. But so I saw Wick had a comment there. So let's put that up. I
already
don't
did
think
put it
so
up.
because CFL fans, yeah,
For the Barrie Colts.
yeah.
And yeah, Rick, I do agree. I think the CFL fans would probably complain more if they change more rules there. I still don't think the league's Americanizing personally. It's interesting you're not a fan of the 1 foot and pound. I don't mind it personally. I get why the NFL does it their way. I mean, personally, I think the NFL, they keep going on, they want to get more scoring, then maybe that's a way to do it, especially of how tiny the end zone is compared to other leagues. But I like the 1 foot and bounds personally, but I'm surprised the UFL is going that direction because the UFL and the XFL are trying to be like the AHL of the NFL. So you would think unless the NFL is debating on switching to 1 foot and bounds like college and CFL. Because I could see the NFL trying to get the XFL and the UFL to try out some new rules. There's a baseball league that does that too for the MLB. I just can't remember the name of the league. This is where Sam needs to be in the comments. He would just know it. But he's probably
Banana Ball League.
The what league?
You talking about the Banana Ball League?
Maybe.
Probably not.
I know there's.
I don't think it'd be the Banana Bowl League.
I like bananas.
Which is actually such
Is
a
it
great
like
league.
is it like the like the lower down like AAA, AA, single A? Would it be there?
No, it's a
rules?
different league entirely. I just can't remember the name of it, but
this
But anyway, for anyone who doesn't know, you should definitely check out Banana Ball. That is the most exciting baseball game I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they just did a whole like draft, and they actually like apparently you can't even buy tickets. You have to enter a lottery to buy tickets because it's such a hot ticketed event.
Yeah, hey, you know what? The CFL, I will say, if you are looking for bang for your buck, sports entertainment value, I think the CFL is towards the top. I think it's one of the best tickets in town for what you're getting. You're going to be highly entertained, also usually cheap liquor, so that's good for a lot of people. And it's really entertaining football if you're into football. Don't go. It's the same thing I'd say to people wanting to give the PWHL a try. Don't go in expecting it to be the same as the NFL, like I say about the PWHL, comparing it to the NHL, but it is a very entertaining league.
100%
football league. And same with the PWHL. I've been watching a bit more of that this year. I actually really want to go
exciting. Their playoffs are about
by the way, I wanted to show this. Can we show Jacob? If it's a media release video, can we show it? Because I think this is really cool to watch.
No, unfortunately not.
Damn. Well, I just want to point out
because YouTube will, even though Lane for broadcast, yes, but YouTube gets all.
Got it. Well, since we can't show it, I did want to give a huge shout out to the PWHL because they actually did something really cool. They for the first time, the NHL's never done this. For the first time, a league actually explained how hockey works, and they use little animated pucks to explain the game.
Oh,
so
interesting.
If you've never watched hockey before, please, even if you haven't, I actually watched it. I understood what they were saying. But the video they did, they used little animated pucks on an ice.
Because of all the new fans.
Not like Peter Puck back in the day.
They've had like a million. They've had like a
Peter
million
Puck!
something new
Yeah,
fans.
Peter Puck!
I loved Peter
They've
Puck.
had like nearly.
That's what they called them. That's what they used the
For
name.
the PWHL
Peter
this
Puck?
year is going to have nearly
that's
2
sick. Peter
million
Puck is
fans
back.
now, which is kind of
Maybe I'll show it to the boys after, but it was actually I saw it on social media. I watched it.
We'll share it on our social media either tonight or tomorrow. So
it's really cool.
So
really
watch
cool.
out for our social medias. Jacob, I said it before you did.
That's right.
So watch
Good
out.
It's
job.
like the Harlem
Good job,
Globetrotters,
Frank.
but it's successful.
Way to be Frank.
No, Jacob, I'm not Frank.
Then why are you answering to it?
I just want to give
Damn
a
it.
shout out to Wick here in our comments. Another great podcast
Boo you,
he
Jacob.
does. It's called Hamilton Sports Central, where they go even more into depth with the CFL than what we do. His chart on CFL, his information on it is next to none. It's amazing. And he had his free agent show. He was on live for 13 hours. So give him tons of credit. We went on live once. We went on live for 5 hours in the draft, and it was painful. So I can only imagine what 13 hours are like. So
you got to do it again.
I would like to subscribe his channel as well,
Start preparing.
Hamilton Sports Central.
Lane, you're being asked, what do you think of the Curly Gittins Jr. signing to the Hamilton Tiger Cats? What's your thoughts on that, Mr. Dashko, from Dan's second favorite Ticat fan?
Who's his favorite? Rick, so again, Rick knows this team better than I do, so maybe I'm the wrong. I actually like it because last year, what did I say? They only had one option, right? This year, the Ticats have so many options, but I almost think they have too many now. Of course, we know injuries are going to happen, so it's nice to have those extra options. But I do feel like where's the running back? But I don't know if Rick knows. Rick will obviously know. Who's the one? So, Rick, I want to ask Rick while he's here. I seen somebody on the thread talk about the running back, and there was a guy that everyone seems to be hyped about, this rookie running back out of college that the Ticats have. Is he actually that good? Because I got involved in a Ticats subreddit, and so a lot of people were saying, well, where's the running back? And apparently this kid that they just drafted, they actually think he's going to be a big player for the Ticats running back situation. I just wanted to know if you feel the same way.
I actually think Hamilton will be relying a lot on Augustine. I think he's a veteran running back who I always felt is better than the opportunities he was given. And I think maybe Hamilton is looking to utilize him there. And I also got to say to a comment here, yeah, Peter Puck was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool. It's making a comeback in the PWHL.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. But
you know what I mean.
Also, big shout out to now we have 10 likes on this YouTube video. So thank you very much for all the likes here. We appreciate all the love. The poll, by the way, we're up to 27 votes on our poll. Does tonight make the Leaf season over? Which 78% are saying yes, 11% no, 11% who cares. So we do want to thank everyone as well for participating in the poll.
Yeah.
And what's also good, we didn't have to see Dan on a poll to get the poll.
I want to ask
you always take $20 of that, $20, but
I want to ask you a question. Does anyone? I don't know if I just hallucinated this, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. I swear, I'm back in the day on CBC when the NHL on Saturday Night Hockey, there used to be this really random hockey cartoon they showed.
Yeah, Peter Puck.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, dude, that's Peter Puck.
There's this really random. I was trying to find out what it was called. Is that what it was?
Peter Puck.
Okay, I gotta look this up. And
unfortunately, we can't show it. But yeah.
So Lane, he believes you're talking about Watts.
Yeah, I think that.
Which I don't know enough about personally on my end. I don't know enough about the college players to really comment. But I am curious if Hamilton
Sam would know that.
Jacob, if the Leaf season is over now, when do you think the fire sale? I think the team is now taking a lot of.
This is not the cartoon I was talking about. There was another one. There was one in the middle 2000s. It was like some really, really weird animated hockey league. I don't remember what it was called. I can't find it, but I swear it was a thing. It was on CBC's Saturday Night Hockey Night Canada.
I'll look it up later, Lane. But
it was in the middle 2000. I literally can't find it. Looks like
Rick, to answer your question, I think the Leafs at this point, the phone's probably ringing off the hook. It's interesting. Yeah. Elliot Friedman said they're undecided on if they're going to trade Bobby McMahon or not. I think it really depends if they can get him extended to a contract they're happy with. I think you're probably going to see, unfortunately, I think Nick Robertson will be one of the odd man out, although I actually think he's played well, but it's useless keeping him if you're going to put him on the fourth line.
Yeah,
I think if OEL gets you a first-round draft pick now, you got to take it.
100%.
Because I like OEL, but I don't think his game's going to get better. I think as he gets older, you don't want it to be like Brandon Carlo, who just getting worse of age. Jake McCabe's another one. As much as I love Jake McCabe, you got to be taking phone calls on him now. Anthony Stolars, I think, is the goalie that's the odd man out of the three. So if you want to see Dennis Hildeby for cheap, go to a Marlies game ASAP.
Yeah, as I keep saying, we gotta go, but I would love to see him play again because I think Bobby McMahon at bare minimum is getting $4 million.
I think too, Scott Lawton's another one. Unfortunately, as much as I love Scott Lawton, I think Scott Lawton could be on his way out last year of his deal. Same with Nicholas Waugh would be a guy that I would actually want to move on from if I was Toronto. We're going to do a trade deadline preview show and really dig deep into this. But I think, Rick, you're going to start to see some of the chips start to fall coming in for Leaf Nation and a lot of teams. But I do think the Leafs have players that teams will be interested in. I think Bobby McMahon is going to be at the top of that list.
And to answer your question,
cap hit right now. So
to answer your question, Wick, we did 2 amazing episodes going through each team in the Eastern Conference in depth about what we're going to be doing a trade deadline, buy and sell. And we are coming up with an episode for the Western Conference too. So keep your eye on that.
yeah, Rick, the Leafs 6-7 is definitely your Ticats 99. I gotta agree with you there.
Rick,
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
do need
Stop
to
making
do
it worse.
1999.
Stop making it worse, Rick.
At least as Argo fans, we have some recent good memories.
That's right.
Although, again, I think Hamilton made some really nice moves, bringing in McManus and restacking the receiving core. I'm personally still concerned about their running game, but maybe I'll be proven wrong with the Ticats there. But yeah, I think the Leafs are kind of it's a tough situation now, right? So, But Dan, I think it is the time that is your time to shine.
Whoa,
Why are we reading the scores?
Dan,
oh, we scores. Okay.
read
Oh my god.
those scores.
Okay, so busy Saturday in the NHL. So keep up, everyone. Right now, currently, we got the Kraken beating the Canucks 3-1 going into the third. Earlier today, the Rangers beat the Penguins 3-2 in a shootout. We have the Flyers beating the Bruins 3-1. Never a big playoff place there. We had the San Jose Sharks come back to beat the Oilers 5-4. We had the Battery Basement here. The Devils beating the Blues 3-1. The Avalanche beating the Hawks 3-1. We had the Islanders Columbus and over
to our channel.
4-3. Big shocker here. The Sabres, Buffalo. I guess they weren't looking out the window. Beat the Lightning 6-2. Of course, we all know the Senators beat the Maple Leafs 5-2. We talked about that all night. The Kings shut out the Flames 2-0. Even Adam Krappa couldn't get a goal. We got the Hurricanes beat the Red Wings 5-2. Amazing game. Also, we all saw some of you get a chance to watch it. Check out the highlights. The Canadians beat the Capitals 6-2. Ovi got 2 more goals to make it closer to his race to 1,000 goals. And the Dallas Stars beat Nashville. Nashville still at 1 point in overtime, 3-2. Now, I guess I gotta read some NBA scores.
No.
Not as busy of a night
No.
in the NBA.
No NBA.
But the Pelicans beat the Jazz 1.
Dan, you don't know the names.
Dan
Dan,
doesn't even write to
Your
mute
mic
him.
is muted. Your mic is muted.
Dan doesn't know that I muted him.
Lakers beat the Warriors 129-101.
Dan,
Yeah.
I muted your mic and you didn't stop.
No, I kept going, bro.
That was fun.
And
You're quite the guy.
lots of games in baseball preseason today.
No.
Oh my god, Dan. We told you no.
We got to get back to some comments, Mr. Moore, And yeah, Suzuki is killing it for Montreal this year.
Oh, I love
And
him. I think
apparently
he's
you were
going
the-
to Team
Dan,
Canada,
apparently
too.
you were the best part of the show, so good job.
Thank you.
100%.
So, can I read the baseball scores? What should we say?
No,
And unmute me for NBA.
no, we're good for now.
No.
Okay,
Next part of the show, bro.
we got more comments, Dan. I got to cut you off because of these comments. I'm the people's champion. Sabres went around. I
No.
think that is a perfect one for our gas or ass. The Buffalo Sabres will do more than win a round. They are going to the conference finals with the way they are playing.
Ass.
Gas for me. I
Gas.
love the Sabres team.
What?
They're not getting by Tampa. They're not
Gas.
getting by Tampa. They're not
Gas.
getting past Vasilevsky.
Gas.
They are not getting past Vasi. They're not getting past Vasi and the Lightning.
We got a hot gas
someone
here.
agreed with you. Oh, Tate
He's also
Thompson.
saying no.
If they make it and play in the Metro, they'll make it. If they have to
Someone
play
else
through the
agrees with you,
Atlantic,
Jacob.
they are not getting through Tampa Bay in the Atlantic. They're
I think
not
they
getting
can.
past Tampa.
I think the
They're
Sabres
not
team's a
getting
real
past
deal.
Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky will goalie them. I can almost guarantee.
Yeah, but Vasilevsky, as long as you shoot far away and up high, he's very beatable.
Yeah, but he always.
And Adam, hey, you told
in
me
Game
2 days ago, franchise goaltending doesn't get you a cup.
Oh
you can't
my
say
gosh,
that.
that's not what I
Vasilevsky's
said.
going to goalie them.
Jacob, I said you don't necessarily need it. You're literally quoting me wrong. You're literally making your whole point invalid.
Calm down, Frank.
The whole point you just made was invalid because you said what I said wrong. I said you don't necessarily need it. Jeez,
I say what I want.
That's all you got. Everybody
I am the pilot of my own life.
You three, y'all always get what I say wrong. Y'all always, every single time I say something, it's always turned around into the completely wrong thing I said. It's very annoying. Very annoying.
I guess once news becomes official this offseason, the Bridgeport means I got to start getting new Hamilton AHL merch. Yes.
Yeah. I'm so excited for AHL, QEW, Battle Rivalry. That's awesome.
What do you think, Lane? Gas or ass on that? Do you think I'm crazy?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get back to it.
Yeah, we all said ass at the same time.
I thought you guys did, but Brandon didn't hear Lane, so I want to make sure Lane got his point out.
So I think there's a difference because Brandon said they just dummied Tampa tonight. There's a difference between beating Tampa once to beating Tampa 4 times. Vasilevsky is undefeated. He is undefeated in Game 7s. He has never lost a Game 7 in his career.
Neither have I in NHL 26.
Well, before we make it to a Game 7.
I'm just saying, like, I think the difference is, I think a big difference because you can't say it's not something that's important. Playoff experience means a lot once you get to the playoffs. I just think Tampa, like Vasilevsky, everybody knows what you're getting for Vasilevsky in the playoffs. You're going to get him being dominant, and if his team can play well in front of him, then he's going to dominate. And I don't think Buffalo have the experience, nor do I think they have enough offensive firepower to outscore Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point. Like, they're big. I don't think they have the firepower to outlast Tampa.
I think they do. And maybe
that's just my opinion.
You guys can think
Jacob,
I'm crazy.
that's your opinion. I'm glad you have that as your opinion. I know you do because you keep saying it.
And then we have a comment back here from Rick. I guess the Jets goalie winning goal didn't help the Jets. No, he did not.
Unfortunately,
like fraud all over again.
Yeah.
Winnipeg have just been bad. Well,
yeah,
he can't help it when nobody's playing well in front of him.
I like this comment down here too. Sabres versus Wings, round 1. I can totally see that.
We are handsome. Thank you, Sarah.
I guess a new viewer, is it?
Subscribe to our channel, which you haven't subscribed yet.
Welcome to the decks.
Jacob, I know you don't have a bumper for this, but I got the somewhat early NHL bracket.
It's still early,
like
Lane.
As I said, somewhat early.
So who?
And yet to this point here, who do we have?
Lane. It's not somewhat early. It's early.
And I would say this quickly to answer this comment here. Right now, with the way both teams are, I would take Buffalo beating Detroit.
Wow.
The way both teams are, I think Buffalo's deeper.
Now, technically, Montreal actually has the 3rd spot. Technically, they have 1 point more in 1 game.
I think I would take Detroit.
So, if the playoffs started right now, like this second, this is actually what it would be: Tampa Bay versus Detroit, Buffalo versus Montreal, Carolina versus Boston, Pittsburgh versus the Islanders. Then on the West, you got Colorado versus Seattle, Dallas versus Minnesota, Vegas versus Utah, and Anaheim versus the Edmonton Oilers.
Oilers. Wow, interesting.
Can Buffalo beat Montreal? I think so.
No, I think Montreal beat Buffalo. No,
I think Buffalo could beat Montreal right now because Montreal doesn't have goaltending.
Yeah, only 2 Canadian teams.
You could say neither does Buffalo.
And Edmonton, that's it.
Wait, who's Buffalo's starter right now? Because UPL's injured. Who's their starter?
Probably Devin Levi, no?
No, he was in the AHL.
Is he really?
Yeah, I saw him in the AHL.
He was their AHL starter for like.
I do agree. I think that I will say though, Buffalo.
Jacob, who's Buffalo's starter? Jacob, who's Buffalo's starter?
I'll look it up.
You should know this because you keep talking up. Oh, it's Lion. Then no, I don't think Buffalo is even beating Montreal. if Lions are goalie. I don't think.
I think
Lions will
Montreal's
win this
beating
year.
Buffalo hands down.
Actually, I think depending on how well each goaltending plays, I actually think that would be like a 7-game series.
That's what I'm saying.
Personally, I'm being frank because this has been the
Hi,
whole
Frank.
thing.
Being Frank. Hi, Frank.
It's a statement. Oh
You
my
said you're
gosh.
being Frank. What's up, Frank?
Yeah, because it's a figure of speech.
Oh boy.
Gosh, you guys are children. I'm
Yes,
a child.
I
just want-
and you
I
guys
just want-
act more like children than
I'm
me.
just a child in a man's body,
Okay,
bro.
wait. Let me finish my point. Montreal have consistently escaped games, even with their poor goaltending all season. I think that experience and the fact that Cole Caulfield has been so deadly in big moments, I do think Montreal has that edge because they've played the poor goaltending all season. So I think they're used to it by now, and I think they will better. Oh, Jacob.
What's so funny?
Comments here. Yeah, I agree with this comment here. I think Montreal could either go all the way to the conference finals or get booted out in the first round. They're super
so
young
funny?
team, yeah, with no real number one goalie. However, I do think Montreal
He's
is
gonna
Canada's
change
best
it.
hope of bringing a cup back to Canada this year. Although I hate the argument Americans make that American teams always win the cup. I'm like, yeah, full Canadian players.
I think Montreal's
Jacob,
making it to
look at my
second round
name.
this year.
Look at my new name, Jacob.
Yeah, Caulfield 2
2
Look at my
goals.
new name.
tonight.
Boo, Jacob.
You know what, Adam? You just lost microphone privileges.
Jacob, can you pull up the playoff graphic for one more second? Just wanted to say one more thing before we move on for a minute.
Caulfield with 2 goals. He had a big Saturday night.
Okay, Lane, 1 second's
again.
done.
I didn't even get to say what I wanted to say. I will say, even though it's early, you got to admit, even if the Leafs don't make the playoffs, it's going to be a bummer. Look at the fresh matchups we actually get to see this year. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this actually feels so refreshing
It does.
compared to the last 2 or 3 years. Like, at least this actually feels like I'm going to be in this. Even if the Leafs
Dallas
don't
and
make the-
Minnesota is going to be crazy.
Yeah, man. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like, I know it's early and a lot of things are still going to change around, but if the Leafs miss, which I'm going to be mad about, at least I'm going to be excited to see some really exciting new matchups. Like, it's
I
been
totally
just
agree.
the same,
Carolina,
like,
Boston,
it was literally like Toronto, Florida, Boston,
Islanders,
Tampa.
Pittsburgh. Holy cow. These are some serious.
I
Boy,
don't
I
bully
wish.
Adam.
Playoffs.
No, we ain't
Yes,
bullying
you
him.
do. That's all you guys do is bully me. all you
Like
guys
Seattle's
do.
in there, like
Screw
Utah's
you
in
guys.
there.
Thank you for
Islanders,
somebody at least
Buffalo,
seeing it as well. That's all I
Detroit.
do is get bullied. That's all I do.
Wow,
I know.
if the playoffs started this way, you're likely there's some big
and Brandon
serious
agrees with
rounds
you
here.
too, Lane, and it will be nice to see Edmonton and
Oh
LA
my
not
God.
face each other in the first round for the 5th straight year.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Because in my opinion, the NHL playoffs are starting to get boring with this format because we just see the same teams play each other every damn year.
But this would
Yeah,
be exciting.
literally.
Like, this feels
But
so
this
different.
looks like I'm excited to see Seattle back in the dance.
Yeah,
As
me
much as I think they'll
too.
get dummied by Colorado.
They got a
Last time
great fan base
Seattle-
in
Hey,
Seattle.
guys, do you know what's
Yeah,
kind
they
of
like to
funny? The
whistle.
Last time Seattle were in the
Yeah.
playoffs, who did they play?
Oh, it's Utah.
Who did they play? Can you
Colorado.
guys answer?
Colorado.
Yes, and who did they upset?
Colorado.
Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, I
Hey,
forgot
you know
about
what, too?
that.
I
Yes.
will say this, and I need to put myself full screen for this take.
Ooh.
Any team of Jordan Eberle, the golden boy hero himself, has a chance of winning a key playoff game.
I agree
Leave
with
it
that
at that.
100%.
Any team with Jordan Eberle, say what you want, Adam.
How many
I see you
goals?
shaking your head. But Jordan Eberle, he won't score 60 goals, but he'll score the game winner when you desperately need it.
Yeah,
I
I,
love
can
that
totally
guy.
see that.
True leader. There's a leader.
Yeah, 100%.
Adam
He's
is
a great
frozen in
captain.
disgust.
Also,
Yeah.
Seattle had Mark Giordano as a captain before. He was a great leader too. Call me crazy. I think you could argue Mark
You're
Giordano
crazy.
can make the Hall of Fame. You know, lead the league of block shots.
Nah,
Great leader. I love the guy.
he loves
Assistant
you.
coach of Toronto Marlies
Jacob,
right
I
now.
wanted to look something up because I know this is not you're gonna get mad at me because I looked this up. You're gonna get mad at me.
Well, you're
You're
already
gonna get
booing
mad
me.
at me. Well, no, yeah, that's true. I am booing you.
Adam,
He had
I will give you
11
10
points
seconds
in
to find it.
14 games last time they made the playoffs. I literally just told you what I looked up. I wanted to see how many points he put up last time. He put up 11 points in 14 games.
That's pretty
That's what I wanted
solid.
to look up. I wanted to see how well he actually played last time.
Who,
That's
Jordan
really
Eberle?
Yeah, but I don't even think Jordan Eberle was a big reason they upsetted.
I'm just saying that's a pretty
Colorado.
damn good playoff run for Jordan Eberle. I love Jordan Eberle. He's one of my guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
sir.
like the highest scoring playoff run he's ever had.
Well, it's still pretty good. I mean, he was a big
Yeah, he
difference
went to
maker
two
in the
Western.
Team
Well, he went
Canada
to two Eastern
Juniors.
Conference Finals, so he played more games with the Islanders, but couldn't put up more points.
That was a terrifying sound.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was AI sound for a second.
I was thirsty.
Lane's a thirsty man.
I was going to say something else, but anyway.
I'm polite. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, Dan.
We've
Dan.
We've been on for over 2 hours, though, boys.
We have.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
great show.
It's because I kept telling every time we got to 2 hours, I was like, Jacob was just waiting for 2 hours to come and then getting off. That's when we would get off.
We're getting off now. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think it is time we wrap up for the evening.
Yeah,
As it is the
I
morning.
knew it.
Also, too, Dan and I have to drive to another city today.
Why?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Where are you guys going?
We are going to the land of the snow.
Going up
Okay,
north.
you're gonna have to mention more than just the land of.
We're
the
going to
snow.
Barrie.
Why?
Hey,
Wait,
why not, said the fireman?
Why not, Adam?
Why not?
Why not, Steve?
Because
Why not, Frank?
Barrie's in the middle of like I don't know, nothing really.
He just
happens in
answered to
Barrie.
Frank again, so I appreciate that. But at that bombshell,
I didn't hear you say Frank at
Well,
all.
I did.
So I don't know why you think
The
I was
home of
answering
Brett
that.
Burns.
I am glad you guys enjoyed another episode of the Analyst Desk, including the musical squares. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow us on all the social medias. And remember, when you join us at the Analyst Desk, every day feels like game day. Be ready for Monday as we have that episode dropping on the Western Conference on where those teams are sitting heading into the deadline. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jacob Motorsports Analyst, joined by the man who you will never see without a hat on ever again, Mr. More for Your Money.
Woo! Now you know why.
Lane, Dashing Dashco. And, of course, Adam the GOAT. We'll see you guys on
Or
the flip
Brew
side.
Jacob.
Have
Bye-bye.
a great night, everyone, or good morning, wherever you are.
Wasn't me interrupted this time.
That's
Oh,
because
it was
Dan.
me.
That's because the dog trainer was in the comments. They help. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone.